I beg you, sorry.
I say,
When I call you in the name,
when a man come in there,
yeah.
he asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say, we are 3.
You told the message you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to
The message you want to give you what?
tea. Have milk tea. Have milk tea.
Oh, milk tea.
Yeah.
For you to drink.
With bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of sugar bread.
With egg inside.
With egg inside my butter. So when I carry it to the man, say carry it to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the food man give you now, you carry it so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right here. So one of my friends called me.
Yeah, the same man you going to now.
Yeah, the same man.
And the man tell you say he want for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then they are 2 now.
In a jeep.
In a jeep. Then they are 2.
A big jeep.
Yeah. Black BG. 4 doji.
4 doji.
Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
air condition all inside.
No. Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the whole town now. You can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people like you come here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you double in the question, because I say when I move from here, I'll free. You I say when I move from here, I'll free. You said one talk again. I wanted to make a whole talk clear to you, but you double in the question. Hi, land looking, hi, you looking, hi, looking. Then you want force another more word there again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to talk again. And said they call me to the office. I go explain.
I think you explain to me that you come to get fair. You say you get a tea to the man. After you get a tea to the man, and you come now. So what next now?
For me, I will not fair.
Nobody, you getting very. You say asking you too much question. Hey, just explain things. Say they make your egg and bread. You bring it. To, okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you,
okay, I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give you answer now, then.
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, like why now?
Go to school. The English say I need the English.
Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Sorry.
See, Ali, you take time. You take time.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
I said I can take time to
explain. Yeah, okay.
That young man on the cross, our Savior said, Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do. That man, that young man, I forgive him.
He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent. And I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica. But now Erica can talk to me and the whole group, and maybe they can convince me that that's not right, but I can't stand my opponent. Charlie's angry. Looking down, he's angry at me now.
After Charlie's assassination, we didn't see violence. We didn't see rioting. We didn't see revolution. Instead, we saw what my husband always prayed he would see in this country. We saw revival. This past week, we saw people open a Bible for the first time in a decade. We saw people pray for the first time since they were children. We saw people go to a church service for the first time in their entire lives.
Welcome. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. My name is Julius J. We're here at 5 o'clock. Heavy, serious, tough talking politics. The movement for democracy and reconstruction of the late Senator Prince Johnson will be in the studio. A whole lot has been said about them. A whole lot has happened in Nimba. A whole lot has happened nationally in terms of the MDR. CMC, Senator Koga, VP Kun, MDR's own standing, Nimba politics, everything in the mix. That's at 5 p.m. A team from the MCC, the Millennium Compact Challenge, is in country. At 4:15, Assistant Finance Minister Henry Yankwe will be our guest to give us all of the unfoldings as it relates to the team in town. Before that, all of the issues that matter. We will continue our discussion on Oranto, going deeper into the LPRA. Why did they choose to do such a thing? Former President Weah is back. We will play his full speech and try to make make some sense of what he had to say and the happenings of yesterday. So many other things on the card. That's what it is. Share the video, invite others to join in, and you will definitely be where you should be. A very safe space, a very good area to be. That's the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. We'll also talk about what President Weah has done so far at the United Nations General Assembly. Eleven West African deportees to Ghana have withdrawn an expat injunction application filed at the country's High Court against the Ghanaian government. Lawyers for the deportees told the Labour Division of the Accra High Court that the motion has become moot as their clients have been repatriated to their home country over the weekend. However, a substantive case, a motion for enforcement of human rights, remains. The 11 are seeking court determination against an alleged unlawful detention, infringing on their human rights. Lead counsel for the 11, Oliver Baker Mawo, urged the court to treat future urgent applications with the sensitivity required. The alliance of the Sahel states, made out of Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, have withdrawn from the International Criminal Court, the ICC, and that is of immediate effect. The three military-led West African nations say the ICC is being used as a neo-colonialist repression instrument. In a joint statement, they revealed intentions to create indigenous mechanisms to consolidate peace and justice, accusing the ICC of being incapable of handling and prosecuting war crimes. The latest action adds to attempts by the hunters to distance themselves from the West. An interesting story is brewing in Malawi, folks. Electorally, politically, a very, very interesting story is brewing. And this is because Malawi's former president, Peter Mutharika, has taken a comfortable lead in the country's presidential race, with 2/3 of districts having reported provisional results. That is substantive. That is more than half of the country has reported results. And 85, so the former president Peter Mutharika, he's 85 years old. So the 85-year-old has received around 66% of the valid votes counted so far, with his closest rival, the incumbent president Lazarus Chakwera. You know, Lazarus was one of my guys. I played a voice there before. He was tough on corruption. He was sacking officials in government. They were turning against him. Who knows? So he's 70 years old, but he's trailing on around 24%. 24%. Can you imagine? This is the incumbent. Results declared so far indicate that Mutharika has won in areas known to be Chakwera's strongholds, including the capital Lilongwe and Nkotakota. But Chakwera's camp has not given up, saying that once results are declared from other areas, his vote will increase and he could force a runoff. Well, very, very interesting there. But you know what? Peter Mutharika was voted out of office in 2020. After Lazarus Chakwera's one term, Peter Mutharika looks very much like he is coming back. Very, very interesting. Share the video, invite others to join in. A whole lot of you are following. Tell us where you're watching from, where you are following from. The OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5 is just right here and here for you. Okay. So let's go. Let's take a break now with some of our sponsors right here on the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5.
Things are on me with the emergency. How do I manage again?
But I know. Why are you sitting here just talking by yourself?
Julie, I need money quick. I won't go find somebody to credit me. Then I will pay them as soon as I get paid with the more in.
EcoBank can credit you, but the only thing you have to pay in 1 month, and the good thing, the interest are just 3%.
For you?
Yeah, just go to any EcoBank branch and you ask for the form to enroll you on their salary advance platform. When they give you the form, you fill it up and you make sure your HR sign it. Then you take that form back to the bank. After you carry it to the bank, they will send you a message to let you know that you're already on the platform. Then you can use the *326# and request for 50% of your salary. instantly you will receive it.
Wow, just like that? Pray any tomorrow morning, Judy. I'm going to the bank to pick up the phone. Quick.
Yo, go get the form quick. In less than 1 week, you will receive the money. And what I like about it, and they can't even ask you for collateral set.
I'm going there right now. No wasting time, oh.
I'm not saying you must not go there right now. You must make sure you pay the bank money back.
Hey, Judy, that you talking so? I will pay back quick so I can get it again. Echo Bank na easy, oh. Echo Bank, the Pan-African Bank.
Your real property taxes. Your real property taxes.
My people, you don't hear it? The LRA people, the people then that can collect government taxes. They say that it's time now to pay your real estate tax. Whether you get house or you get land in a city or outside the city, the LRA people say that it's time to pay your tax from now to July 1 this year. The people from the LRA will be in your community to tell you everything you need to know. So look out for them. They will come and teach you everything you need to know about paying your taxes for your properties. Just cooperate when you see them in your community. In your knowing, when you pay tax, all of us can enjoy. When you pay your tax on your land or your house, the government will do plenty fun things for all of us. Pay tax, we all enjoy.
You can pay even when you're living uptown. Pay your real property taxes. Pay your real property taxes.
Okay, so welcome back. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5, and we okay. So grab your Lone Star phones now. Grab your Lone Star phones. Let's do our vote again today. Yeah. We told you, our folks, that we hosted the other time. They are definitely into the top 5. Dennis and Vera providing life-saving healthcare services. So we have to continuously vote them every day to be able to make them to win. So, do you have your Lone Star phones? Do you have? Okay, yep. So, do you have your Lone Star phones now? Okay, let's do that. Let's go there. You have your Lone Star phones? If you're driving back, grab your Lone Star phone wherever you are right now. Let's do it for them. Let's do it for our folks. You know, I told you I can be waiting so that we vote together. So it is star 415 star 1008 star 2 star 1 hash. Then you send. Let me redo it. Yep, with your Lone Star number. It is free. Let's vote for them today, and that's all. Then we do it again tomorrow. Star 415 star 1008 star 2 star 1 hash, and then you send. So yep, the message will come back to you. Congratulations, you have successfully voted for Dennis and Vera Japa as a preferred contestant. Keep voting to increase. Okay, so that is that. So that is exactly what we have done. Thanks so kindly for doing that. It is an everyday thing. You're not paying any money for it. So it is an everyday thing. So just do that always. Do it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Thanks to all of you who keep voting. Let's keep doing it. If you're just joining in, let's do that again. Grab your Lone Star phone to vote for them. The Momo Heroes of Change. Lone Star or MTN, they're doing the Momo Heroes of Change. And of course, 5 persons have gone into the top 5. They are the finalists. And Dennis and Vera are indeed part of the finalists among the top 5. So it is important for us to continuously vote for them. They run the Dan Vera Medical Laboratory and clinics there in Grand Coup and Sino counties, providing needed health care. Okay, perfect. So that is that. Okay. So we were last night was the Ballon d'Or ceremony. If you're a follower of sports, and we know now that Paris Saint-Germain forward Ousmane Dembele won the Ballon d'Or. Okay. Thanks, Moeba Johnson, for voting. Thanks to all of you who've been voting. And we say congratulations to him. It was a worthy win, and it was expected that he would be the one to win, despite everything else that was happening in terms of PR and all of that. So yeah, it was a good thing. President Joseph Newman Boakai is in the U.S. He's been there for over a couple of weeks now. And the activities of the UN General Assembly kicked off from Sunday to yesterday. I believe he should be speaking today. If we are on and the president is speaking, no matter what is happening at that time, we may join him. If we are not on, then that's it. So let's see what the president has said in a speech at a ceremony on yesterday. So before that ceremony, according to the executive mansion, so it was the 30th anniversary of the 4th World Conference on Women. Before that, he joined world leaders and fellow heads of states and government to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the United Nations, emphasizing Liberia's enduring commitment to multilateralism and global peace. We spoke about that on yesterday. So let's go to the president's speech. What did he say? And this is the speech delivered by the president on yesterday at the 4th World Conference on Women. 30 years ago, the Beijing Declaration charted a bold and hopeful path for women and girls everywhere. Today, as we gather under the theme of recommitting to resourcing and accelerating the implementation of the Beijing Declaration and the Platform for Action, Liberia sees this anniversary not as a ceremonial occasion, but as an urgent call to action. Under my leadership, Liberia is determined to move from pledges to results. We are proud to stand among the first member states leading on 2 important action agendas: ending violence against women and girls and investing in young people, girls, and future generations. Through our agenda for inclusive development, Liberia will invest $8.3 billion over 5 years to transform lives with gender equality, youth empowerment, education, healthcare, and social development at the heart of our priorities. I think this is the part of the speech. So it has been, I think it has been misconstrued. Let me read the paragraph again. Through our agenda for inclusive development, Liberia will invest $8.3 billion over 5 years to transform lives with gender equality, youth empowerment, education, healthcare, and social development at the heart of our priorities. So the president was not saying, if my understanding of English is very correct, he was not saying the government will invest $8.3 billion in gender equality issues, youth empowerment. No. It is clear through the agenda for inclusive development. And we know the agenda for inclusive development has been costed to over $8 billion, right? We did that here before. So I believe it was in line with that he was saying it is the total that was projected to be used in 5 years for the arrest agenda for inclusive development. It was over $8 billion, I think 8.8, 8.4, around there. Right, but it was over $8 billion. So that is what the president is referencing. Now, this phrase that comes after says, with gender equality, youth empowerment, education, healthcare, and social development at the heart of our priorities. So we are spending over $8 billion in 5 years on our arrest agenda for inclusive development to transform lives. So the whole arrest agenda has pillars, right? We did all of that stuff here. So in all of this, important that we consider important gender equality, youth empowerment, education, healthcare, and social development. So the paragraph here, or the sentence is not saying they put in the whole $8.3 billion in gender equality, youth empowerment. No. That the whole arrest agenda package there. You know the arrest agenda is already on, so perhaps some has been spent, so that's why it has declined, right? So I don't think the way people say, oh, the president has said the truth. Oh, where they get money from the country budget? They know the budget there, but the arrest agenda for inclusive development, we read it here that the amount the government say will be able to develop or to deliver the arrest agenda, right? So if the president is discussing the arrest agenda, they took at the total package there. He only highlighted these areas as very important to the arrest agenda. The sentence is clear, man. Sometimes you're jealous, okay? You never give leaders hard time. Yeah? We should be talking about tracking the government, holding the government to account whether it is actually going to have that money to spend over the arrest agenda. But what is the president what he can talk about? They will spend $8.3 billion gender equality and blah blah blah. No, that's not what the sentence says. Thank you. We move on. Our commitments are clear. We pledge zero tolerance for gender-based violence with massive awareness and public education programs and with dedicated budget allocations. We will permanently ban harmful cultural practices. What was once a 3-year moratorium will now become national law, supported by nationwide dialogues and alternative livelihood programs. We will implement a national action plan for young women and girls to provide a roadmap for empowerment, voice, and protection. An African proverb reminds us when spider webs unite, they can tie up a lion. Similarly, when women are fully empowered and supported, entire nations thrive. As Liberia embarks on this 2-year term on the United Nations Security Council, we will ensure that the voices of women and youth are not only heard but also shape the women and youth peace and security agenda. Our programs are already changing lives. The Liberia Women Empowerment Project is reaching 36,000 business women across 6 counties. Liberia Women Empowerment Project. Oh, okay. Impacting more than 260,000 Liberians through increased income, resilience, and growth. The Realize project supports 53,650 vulnerable households. Okay. I know who are on these programs. Perhaps get in touch with us. Let's know what you're doing. I'm not sure. I know I've heard about the Realize thing. I don't know the magnitude to which it is big, and so these numbers are huge. Liberal Women Empowerment Project. I don't know about that one. I'm just reading about it. So hopefully those of you who are on here will get in touch with you to really understand what you're doing. But accordingly, you are, according to the president, reaching 36,000 business women across 6 counties. That's huge. Impacting more than 260,000 Liberians through increased income, resilience, and growth. The Realize project supports 53,000. This is even huger. 650 vulnerable households with direct cash transfers to 16,000 families, mainly women-headed households, and business assistance to over 4,450 individuals, 80% of them women. Projects like Nurture, Empower, and Protect, NEP, and Accelerating Impact for Young Women have already equipped nearly 25,000 adolescent girls and young women with essential health knowledge, entrepreneurship skills, and life skills. By 2031, more than 160,000 young women are expected to benefit. Okay. On behalf of the people of Liberia, I reaffirm our commitment to work with Africa and the global community to make Beijing Plus 30 a reality for this generation and the next. Very interesting figures here. Again, you can question something, you can say it's right or wrong that you don't know much about. So we will try to get in touch with those running these things to really understand what their nature is. So the president is expected to speak today. Like we said, we look forward. Yeah, we know there was this issue with the microphone yesterday, and as we stated, we don't know whether it was because his time had elapsed or because there was an issue. But I've been seeing other reporting that some microphones have been having issues at the UN General Assembly. For what reason, it is still not clear. Okay. So let's make more progress here. Again, this is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. We are still at the UN General Assembly. We are not there, but we are following all that is happening, and we are reporting on the things that are happening there. That is what we try to do here. We are not left behind because we are following. So let's go to other things that have happened with the Liberian delegation there. So we know that Foreign Minister Sarah Beslow Nyanti has assured countries of the West of the African Union that Liberia will work closely with them to advance the interests of Africa during Liberia's tenure on the United Nations Security Council, according to, of course, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Speaking at a meeting with A3+ countries, Minister Nyanti revealed that Liberia will advance an agenda that reforms UN peacekeeping and explores means of addressing the climate crisis and its link to natural resources and conflict. The minister further called on African countries to consult more frequently to ensure that Africa's voice is not only heard, but that its interests are also pursued in international organizations. The A3+ meeting is an assembly of African and Caribbean members of the Security Council, which provides a mechanism for consultation and coordination on issues affecting Africa and the Caribbean. We are still there. While there, President Weah has sent a congratulatory message. Today is the National Day, the holiday, the independence of Saudi Arabia, 95th Independence Day. And so we say to all Saudi nationals residing in Liberia, happy independence to you. We're still at the UNGA because Liberia, together with other countries, has formally signed the Declaration on the Protection of Humanitarian Personnel, and that was on September 22, which was yesterday, on the sidelines of the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly. The declaration adds to other international instruments seeking to protect aid workers during conflicts It is aimed at making humanitarian workers safer and more respected under international law, especially local and national staff who often face the greatest danger during conflicts. The declaration was championed by a ministerial group led by Australia, Jordan, Switzerland, Indonesia, Sierra Leone, the United Kingdom, Japan, Brazil, and Colombia. That is how the Ministry of Foreign Affairs statement concluded. And I'm seeing Deputy Minister Ibrahim Nye here signing on behalf of Liberia. Yeah? So that is that. That is what we can update you on what's happening at the United Nations General Assembly in terms of Liberia. Regionally, the ECOWAS Parliament is having some activities in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Yeah, Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Yep, we also have to update you. Okay, so let's tell you what has happened so far at the ECOWAS Parliament. What are they doing there? Let me go to this reporting from Innocent Odo from Nigeria. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. So this is by Innocent Odo and Modupe Oyewale in Port Harcourt. They are two of the journalists invited by the regional body to cover that event. So members of the ECOWAS Parliament have been called upon to exploit the opportunities presented by artificial intelligence, AI, to boost parliamentary efficiency in order to strengthen accountability, promote democracy and development in the West African sub-region. The regional legislators were rallied to intensify their efforts on the use of AI during the open session, the second parliamentary seminar of the ECOWAS Parliament at its 2025 extraordinary session with theme Harnessing Artificial Intelligence for Parliamentary Efficiency, Ethical Governance and Development in the ECOWAS region. The seminar, which commenced in Port Harcourt, Rivers State capital on Monday, was replete with profound commitment as the lawmakers gathered in the oil-rich city to find ways to deepen growth in critical sectors of the region using AI for a digitally inclusive and empowered region. Speaker of ECOWAS Parliament, Haja Memunatu Ibrahima, in her opening remarks, said that AI is a global competitive tool and legislators within the region must look into how to utilize AI to improve democracy by providing a better regulatory framework. She noted that AI is a tangible reality that offers better potential, which can help facilitate communication between parliamentarians and the people of West Africa to enhance social and economic growth. Deputy President of the Nigerian Senate, Jubrin Barrow, who is also the first Deputy Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, in his address tasked the legislators to deepen their understanding and interrogate the risks associated with artificial intelligence and propose concrete pathways to harness AI responsibly and ethically for the benefit of the peoples. Barrow, who is leading the Nigerian delegation to the regional parliament, said AI is reshaping governance, economies, and societies worldwide. For us legislators entrusted with the sacred duty of representation, lawmaking, and oversight, AI presents opportunities to enhance efficiency, strengthen accountability, and promote development. The governor of Rivers State, Sir Siminailai Fubara, who was represented by his deputy, Professor Ngozi Odu, welcomed the parliamentarians and urged them to brainstorm in a bid to present possible legislations on how artificial intelligence can serve democratic governance rather than supplanting it. He said, Rivers is Nigeria's energy capital and a thriving technology hub offers unique insights into this challenge. Harnessing AI for parliamentary efficiency should be domesticated to accommodate our traditional governance structures with emerging ecosystems. Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ahmed Dunoma, In its remarks, emphasized that AI has evolved from a distant possibility to a present reality, influencing nearly every sector, from education, health, and security to commerce, communication, and governance. He said, for West Africa, the challenge is not whether AI will transform our societies, but how we as leaders, policymakers, and parliamentarians will guide the transformation to ensure it strengthens democratic governance and deepens integration and improves the lives of our citizens. So that is that from the ECOWAS Parliament. They are there for over a week, and of course discussing critical issues relative to the sub-region. Again, the team is harnessing artificial intelligence for parliamentary efficiency, ethical governance, and development in the ECOWAS region. So how do we use AI, artificial intelligence, to help us do better? You know, some of you without quite an understanding of what artificial intelligence is would deplore it, would decry it, would kind of speak against it. But countries are moving with artificial intelligence, and how do we use it to benefit ourselves? That is what the parliamentarians will be looking at. Yeah? So, okay, we are moving. Good. So let's go to former President George Weah. He has returned to the country. Let's hear what he had to say. See what he had to say in this interview with news people.
Arrival ceremony. I think while I was away, I watched television, and I saw that everyone that came here to usher back to our own country, I see that fight. I see fighting. Why are we fighting? Why are we fighting? I put on my page, I'm coming back home, be civil, and make sure that there's no trouble. This country belongs to all of us. I don't think it was necessary today, but I'm glad to be back home. I think you all are aware that my son was changed as the headquarters and made a program for our people. And what I'm back home for, make sure that citizens get our party headquarters back. So we don't need to fight. So we need to be stable, we need peace in this country, and that's the only way we can move forward. To all of my friends and citizens, what happened to us, don't worry. George Weah is here. We're going to restore, we will rebuild our party headquarters, and that's our goal, our mission. Our mission is not to come and black airport and police fighting. No, leave them alone. Leave them alone. We came to create the party for our people. We were able to do that, and we are still able to sustain the political fight. So don't worry. I'm back home. We're going to build our party in a record time, and we'll be okay. Well, maybe you're not hearing me. I think the only reason I went to Europe for was to make sure that my son Timothy found a club, and then he went to Olympic myself, and I'm back home to do my work.
Were you impressed when you scored the goal against Real Madrid?
Well, I'm not a football fan. I play the game. I'm not a fan. You know, anyone will be happy when they score a goal. Even if you're watching somebody score a beautiful goal, you like it. So that I love it, and I'm a proud parent. You know that he scored a goal for the game. They lost the game. Well, it's beautiful. It's my country. I was born right in this beautiful country, and I'm back home. It's always a pleasure to be back home, you know, but no one chasing you. You know, I'm a free man, leader of a political party, the People's Party, and I'm back home. I'm proud to be back home, to be with my people. We got a lot of things to do, You know, and then that's it.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Ellen. Your supporters are talking about 2 now. Where do you stay?
Okay. Okay. Former President George Weah there. Let's play you something else that happened as a result of what the quote-unquote tension and clashes between police and protesters. Let's hear this.
Oh, she coming from school. Is that school time? We don't like the Martine. We got the children come from school. Just to this our crossing point for the one we cross out to come there. We don't like it.
I was coughing, crying for help.
Wow. So how you feel? How you really feel, sir?
I feel disappointed in the type of government that people, majority of the citizens voted for. So if even you got an opportunity to wear uniform, that way you will behave like that. The Americans that will protest for today, they don't behave like that to their kids. They go to war, they save their citizens. When you see uniform on the person, you save them, that's a priority. Eh? That's a prerogative. So what the problem? These are people we don't get nothing to do with the way home. I'm discussing my children. Yeah, we for your class. So our children coming from school.
The children running in the water.
That's not for that. Why are you not going to feed about? But let me tell you something today. You get kids, you left it home. You left her home. You get kids, you left her home.
So as you see, he's angry after a little girl was running Tito here.
Why am I going to care for all of Joseph? Any of you that here? Nothing. That will lose my child for nothing.
So where are you coming from? Where do you come from?
I live across here. I live across here. Same. We don't have any school here. We say that all our graduates for on the side, we go to school on the side. So our children go to school. When we saw the crowd, they all decided to cross. When we came out, my daughter just coming from school, she fell off. With the people who just came out of Nigeria, we are in a rebel country. Are we fighting war? Are we fighting war?
So as you can listen, some of them are.
Well, so it appears it was really serious down there yesterday, and we think police. You know, that's what we said. There are ways to handle all of these things. There are ways to handle all of these things. I don't understand how they degenerate. You know, I don't understand. I don't understand how these things degenerate, and it is not okay. We can't continue seeing these kinds of things. There are better ways to handle these things so that there are not issues. Okay, now, so let's go back to former President Weah's interview. Let's start from the beginning here. Yeah.
Arrival ceremony. I think while I was away, I watched television and I saw that everyone that came here to also back to our own country, I see that fight. I see fighting. Why are we fighting? Why are we fighting? I put on my page, I'm coming back home, be civil, and make sure that there's no trouble. This country belongs to all of us. I don't think it was necessary today, but I'm glad to be back home. I think you all are aware that my son was changed as the headquarters and made a program for our people. And what I'm back home for, make sure that citizens get a party headquarters back. So we don't need to fight. We don't need to fight. So we need to be civil, we need peace in this country, and that's the only way we can move forward. To all of my affairs and sedition.
Okay, that's the first part. A critical examination of what he said. It seems he wasn't also pleased with what he saw some of his people who went there, what they were doing. If it was just about the police action, he would have been categoric to say the police, why would the authorities, why would the police do this? But he seems to put it, we should be civil. God, what he said, you know, I watch the television, and why should we fight? No need for all of that. You know, we should be civil. And usually when you talk about people being civil, it is civilians you are talking to. He's always pushing the agenda of peace. It's always peace. So he seems to acknowledge here, yeah, what the authorities did was not okay, but he also seems to say, from what he saw, because people were there before he got in a plane to start coming, he was watching what was happening. He doesn't seem to have been pleased with some of the actions of the people who went to welcome him. That's why I play it again, so that you listen. And that is someone who is fair, you know. That is someone who is fair. You can give that one to him when it comes to being truthful in these kinds of instances. So there were things that people may have done that they should not have done. Yeah, there were things that the police did that they should not have done. But he seems to be objective in saying, no, we should be civil. Let's always be peaceful, because that's the only way we can make it here as a country. He said he is back home, so that the focus on rebuilding or building a new party headquarters for themselves. Okay.
What happened to us, don't worry. George Weah is here. We're going to restore, we will rebuild our party headquarters. And that's our goal, our mission. Our mission is not to come and black airport and police fighting. No, leave them alone.
You see that? So to even crystallize the point that I was making, our intention is not to come and black airport and then police fighting. So both sides. Okay, that is made. That point is made. Let's move on.
Leave them alone. We came to create the party for our people. We were able to do that, and we are still able to sustain the political fight. So don't worry. I'm back home. We're going to build our party in a record time, and we'll be okay.
Okay, so the building of the party headquarters is the reason he came back. Very important. Let's move on to the next point.
Yes, sir. And I remember inside our program, Mr. Weah. You can't tell us the primary visit of the primary agenda for visiting both America and a few African countries to travel.
Well, maybe you're not hearing me. I think the only reason I went to Europe for was to make sure that my son Timothy found a club, and then he went to Olympic myself, and I'm back home.
Okay. So that's what a good father would do, right? A good father looks out for his family, for his children. There's absolutely nothing wrong with. He's a footballing star. He is able to make contacts for his son to get somewhere to play. We also in school against Madrid. So, but the question asked by the reporter was not just about his European visit. There was an African leg. I don't know if there was an American leg on this one. I'm not sure of that. But he has been out for some weeks. I would say several weeks. And so it is his right to travel out of Liberia anytime he wants to travel, to stay out as much as he wants to stay. It is his right as a citizen of the country and all that stuff. As a political leader, I think he owes more explanation to those who follow him, those who believe in him. In fact, to Liberians, he is not president. I understand that, but I think he still wants to be president again. That's what I think. We're not sure, but that's what I think, and that's why he enjoyed that mammoth welcome. I got calls last night going home as they were coming and all of that, and people were saying all kinds of things. But I believe it should not just be that, oh, my son. Yeah, as a good father, it is a good thing. So the European leg was over ever since. He's been to Marcel. He's been playing. What was George Weah, doing elsewhere, anywhere else that he was? Even if all of us don't deserve answers. His partisans deserve that. Yeah. It is simple to say, okay, yeah, it is my right to be out of the country. I chose to visit and all of that. If there are other things involved, it is important to be transparent on these kinds of things. You know, I am one person who believes that anybody who wants to be president of Liberia has to be more answerable to a whole lot of things. It's an important aspect. During his presidency, we had issues with him being able to say a whole lot about what was happening, what he was doing, and all those kinds of things. It is something that he has to work on. That's why in my post yesterday, I said, without his partisans knowing his whereabouts and the activities, what he was doing, he's coming back, and they're going to welcome him. It is their right to go welcome him. But if you be able to ask him questions too. If he wants to be president here again, he cannot be that same George Weah who was president with all of the issues that we had, to still be the same George Weah, to still be the same kind of president that he was, if he wants to be. Yeah, we have to be very clear with these things. If, as a former president, as the leader of a political institution, you went and you were relaxing somewhere, be clear, say, I was relaxing. You know, after I came from Europe, I was relaxing somewhere else. Or I had meetings here and there and blah, blah, blah. It is important. His office has to be communicative. Now, if he wasn't interested in the presidency again, and he's just someone living a very free and no one will actually care, but it seems he's still interested, so he's answerable. And we think it is important to be on the ground, because that Master thing, whatever since his party headquarters got broken down, everything, it took weeks before he decided to come. That would not seem like an attachment of seriousness to the matter. Others would say, yeah, he can be out and run things and establish committees and all of that, but his presence is also very important. It is. This is the Liberia. This is the Liberia that he handed over. And we all got to be here too. Every now and then you can be out. Yeah? So again, the issues that happened yesterday were avoidable. This is just one instance of a man speaking how his daughter suffered from the tear gas. When you watch the video, it's a little girl. You know, these things, you don't just deploy them everywhere, anywhere at the same time. Where is the relations, the community relations, the people relations of the police? I don't think the police should be going to areas and people think, oh, they're going to antagonize them. It was not a wrong thing for police to be there. There was a simple way to handle it and be friendly with these people. You direct them to be where they're supposed to be, rather than being antagonistic or trying to say, oh, you can't be rough to prove that, oh, you get power and all of that. No. There are ways to handle these things. Because at the end of the day, it was just to welcome somebody, which is their right. Okay. Now, the final one. So, the Liberia Petroleum Regulatory Authority, which is headed by one Marilyn T. Logan as the Director General, Marilyn T. Logan, Deputy Director General for Technical Services, Rufus Tanu, Deputy Director for General Finance, Mohammed A. Dukle. They are the ones that are running LPI. I understand the board is headed by Jacob Akoli. So they enter into this contract with Oranto as if they weren't around. You know, later on I will post them so that we see them and know them. As if they weren't around, as if they don't have information, they don't know what the problems were. How can, let's say, someone crook you before, and as a result of the crooking, they made plenty of money out of you? 15 years later, they just sleepwalk or open eye walk into a deal with them? My research has shown that even the people at Noka haven't seen this deal yet. You know? As much as I think having the technical expertise, they should have had an input and all of that, especially when they share the release as well. But it is an LPRA thing. How do you treat us like this? After everything we all know about this Oranto. Let's read what was written by Front Page Africa last year. Liberia, Nigerian who flipped oil block he bought for $200,000. You know, the 150 million I'm talking about is small. 250 million resurfaces in new bid. Let's read. In the aftermath of Liberia's brutal civil war, Nigerian businessman Prince Arthur Eze made millions. According to the London-based watchdog group Global Witness, Eze bribed his way through the legislative branch of government, paying only $10,000 registration fee for each block and a mere $200,000 in other fees for oil blocks in offshore 11, 12, and 14, taking advantage of governance lapses and vulnerabilities in a nation transitioning from war to peace. This was written, I told you we have all of these reports from Global Witness, from ProPublica, and all of that. Right? So, October, when Rodney got wind of this, as the media will always do, they say, watchdog, to help guide you. The media did this through Front Page. The LB 11, 12, and 14 offshore blocks are located on the shelf and continental slope of Liberia, 0 to 3,000 meters of water depth, covering more than 9,560 kilometers square of area. After the sale, Chevron operated the 3 blocks and had 45% interest in them, while Oranto held 30% and the Italian firm Eni had 25% interest. In 2010, years after securing those blocks from Liberia, Eze flipped them to Chevron Corporation, a U.S. multinational energy corporation engaged in oil, gas, geothermal energy industries, exploration and production, refining, marketing and transport, chemicals, manufacturing and sales, and power generation. The sale of that deal was $250 million. Eze reportedly pocketed $200 million from the sale. Now, 14 years later, because that was last year, Front Page Africa is learning that 2 persons acting as aides to the Liberian president, Jacob Kabakoli, and the former head of the National Oil Company of Liberia, Dr. Christopher Neal, have emerged as the brains behind the resurfacing of Eze in Liberia. The pair has in recent weeks held several meetings with Eze in Lagos and Abuja, and even managed to host him in Liberia recently when he met President Joseph Boakai, Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn, and high-ranking officials of the Unity Party-led government. However, multiple sources close to the presidency, speaking on condition of anonymity, said President Boakai is not too keen on doing business with Eze, owing to his previous unscrupulous business wranglings in Monrovia, in particular the millions he walked away with. Eze's interest this time around are offshore oil blocks 15, 16, 22, and 24. Ironically, the same blocks the government of Liberia announced in April that Exxon had applied for pre-qualification. Once qualified, Exxon is expected to be invited to negotiate petroleum sharing arrangement in the Liberian basin, the Liberia Petroleum Regulatory Authority announced in April. Front Page Africa has also learned that officials of both the National Oil Company of Liberia and the LPRA were absent from Mr. Eze's recent meeting with the president and his top officials, raising eyebrows over the motives of those who organized the meeting. Eze's latest attempt to rewind his dealings in Liberia comes just months after the government of Senegal put the brakes on his dealings in that country. In May, Eze managed a brief meeting with President Bassirou Diomaye Faye, who, despite 2 trips to Dakar since then, the Nigerian has failed to obtain another appointment with the new president or his Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko. Eze, whose company is present in over half a dozen African countries, including Equatorial Guinea, Gambia, Uganda, South Sudan, and Sao Tome and Principe, is said to be paying a high price for the departure of former President Macky Sall, with whom he had a warm relationship. Front page Africa has gathered that many are puzzled about the boldness of Eze to venture back in Liberia, after where he reportedly owes nearly $20 million in capital gains tax. Yeah. Things are deep in this country, but we will not back down. Front page Africa has also learned that Senegal is not the only country where Oranto is lagging behind on its contractual obligations. In Uganda, Oranto came very close to losing its Ngasa license. People say I'm low, I don't know why. Well, I'm hearing myself very loud. Okay. It took a last-minute push on the block which it obtained in 2016 for the company to hold to its permit. On April 17, 2007, the London-based watchdog group Global Witness noted Lee Parker co-signed a disbursement voucher authorizing the payment of $1,500 to the clerk of the House of Representatives for the payment of lobbying fees for the ratification of contracts. On the same day, she also approved the bank payment voucher for this money. James Arakaba, House of Representatives Chief Clerk, wrote a receipt documenting that he was paid this money. According to Global Witness, both Oranto and Noka made payments in excess of $120,000 to members of the Liberian legislature. That was in 2007. In order to facilitate approval of oil contracts. Chevron holds a 70% stake in the nascent exploration venture, Oranto 20% and Noka 10%. In September 2010, according to Global Witness, the Liberian legislature ratified 3 addenda to Oranto's offshore blocks 11, 12, and 14, approving a 70% purchase of LB11, LB12, and LB14 offshore blocks. At the time of the sale to Chevron, former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf issued a verbal mandate to the management of Noka to create a comprehensive local content policy that covers local participation from services and supplies to the awarding of drilling contracts to companies that have Liberian presence. Industrial observers contend that what makes Eze's latest attempt to venture in Liberia even more troubling is the fact that Eze has a history of not carrying out any corporate and social responsibility projects in countries where he has secured oil blocks. Recently, the government of Equatorial Guinea raised concerns when it became clear that Eze would not contribute to the development costs of the Venus oil field, in which he holds a 20% stake. Since the departure of Macky Sall in Senegal, Eze and Oranto have struck gold in Senegal, as the new president Faye appears to have no intention of dealing with Eze. In fact, the Senegalese government, in a letter signed by the Energy, Oil and Mines Minister Biram Souleye Diop, was decidedly forthright in its decision shunning moves from Eze and Oranto. The letter sent to Oranto on August 8 this year and published by Africa Intelligence was intended to signal a new era in Dakar following the swearing-in of a new president, Faye, in April. Interestingly, AR reported that when the Senegalese authorities extended its exploration permits for Kaya offshore shallow and St. Louis offshore shallow in June 2023, Oranto and its owner Eze promised to provide the state with a bank guarantee of US $25 million. The firm was supposed to submit by last October its 2024 work schedule and prospecting budget for these 2 sites. AR reported that neither of these obligations has so far been met. Are you listening? However, the publication noted that Senegalese Mines and Energy Minister Diop issued a warning to Oranto that unless it takes appropriate action within 3 months of receipt of the letter, its 2 licenses will be withdrawn. Although it has held the Kaya offshore shallow and St. Louis offshore shallow permits since 2008 and 2015 respectively, the firm has never allocated sufficient resources for their exploration. This is in part due to its inability to find partners who are willing and able to co-invest in the venture. This brings the saga to Liberia, where one diplomatic observer pointed out Monday there appears to be ulterior motives behind those trying to resurrect Eze and Oranto in Liberia, especially what happened during his last venture in the aftermath of the Civil War. With President Weah reportedly not too keen on Eze resurrection, it remains to be seen how far the Nigerians' latest venture will go. Well, they have convinced the president now, and he is keen on them. Let me read something here. In 2007, the General Auditing Commission of Liberia reported that ruthless Nigerian oil magnate Prince Arthur Eze and his Oranto Petroleum Company authorized what was perceived as bribery payment to the Liberian legislature in order to secure oil blocks number 11, 12, and 14. In fact, Front Page Africa reported at the time that Mr. Eze's first check for the oil block actually bounced. Years later, in 2010, Eze will flip the block he purchased for a reported $200,000 to Chevron for a whopping $250 million. Now, 14 years later, a Front Page Africa investigation has uncovered that Mr. Eze is back in Liberia, quoting officials in President Joseph Boakar's government in a bid to secure oil blocks 15, 16, 22, and 24, which the Liberia Petroleum Regulatory Authority announced in 2023 that the U.S. giant Exxon was already pre-qualified for. So in 2022, the previous administration said Exxon was pre-qualified. A new administration came in. We go back to a fraudster, a man who crooked us, has a very bad history. But the LPRA people, this article was out ever since. They know, they are aware of these things. But Marilyn T. Logan, Rufus Tanu, Mohammed Dukule, Jake Kabakoli, they have decided they're able to. You see, I told you to be leader is how, and the poor close the leaders can have influence. So I guess President Weah instead started to say, but Oranto, yeah. So I guess last year, when they started bringing it, man, then President Weah said, but then Oranto here, this Oranto busy, we not here in the country, we're not looking correct. How can you bring this in Oranto person? Then they convince the president, because he was not too keen then, but they go, the president, a different administration, a new administration here now. So, I mean, the man, maybe, I don't know, maybe they may help them doing the campaign and all that stuff, because all kind of things can happen, but we don't know. I've heard something like that, though, unconfirmed. Yeah, it's the president, the man here, yeah. So, that's just SAP. Yeah? That's just SAP. Yeah, the man will bring $12 million. Yeah, that's how they do. And these people entered into this kind of terrible contract for our resources. Why do they treat this country like this? Every day I'll go in one of the reports and open it up. What did your own General Auditing Commission then say? Under a unity party-led government. What did it say? You heard me reading here? The General Auditing Commission reported that ruthless Nigerian oil magnate and his Oranto Petroleum Company authorized what was perceived as bribery payment. Open our arms and walk to embrace that kind of person. We already crying on B Mountain, crying on ArcelorMittal, crying on companies out here. And a very new, terrible one. We are embracing it. What kind of behavior is that? What will change? Look, before you accept companies, even before it goes to legislature, you do due diligence. Everywhere he went, he was doing bad. He is doing bad. He will do bad. Senegal, Equatorial Guinea, all these companies, all these countries. You're hearing the stories that are coming from there, not meeting up with anything that he ever said he would do. He came to your own country and never did a jink thing of anything that he said he would do. You're able to always bring trouble on it. When we will benefit from our little resources now in the right way now? When? Why you people continue to behave like this? Legislature, that thing should go back like it did. Like you people didn't see it, because what we do here is to push you, to encourage you to now do deeper research, the people in your countries, for yourselves, not just take our words. And call these LPRA people, Marilyn T. Logan, Director General, Rufus Tanu, Mohammed A. Dukle, call them. Why did they do what they did? Jake Kabakoli, then call them. Why? Why are they subjecting the country to this kind of deal? Tomorrow, we'll bring additional. You can always sit here and just do terrible things to the country for whatever reason that they want to do. I was even understating the figure yesterday. I know how come my eyeballs saw 2 to be Jerry 1. I know that in Nigeria man medicine make it. Let me got a 2 away from me. How come my eyeballs saw the 2 to be Jerry 1? 250 million the bugger walk away with. Yeah? He even said, okay, my people say I bring nothing Korea in our country. Let me get your half. And they have, then we say it makes sense. Okay, at least I bring your half after he saw it. He walked away with 200. Because other people have shares. He alone put 200 in your back pocket. People cannot get food to eat. Plenty of people listening to me don't even know where they're taking their children's school fees from. People living in dire poverty. But we can just banjo our resources like that because it benefits a few. And we're all supposed to just sit down and look at it. No, we will help the president. Yeah? We'll expose all of these things. No matter what you think. You can get vexed and boss. We'll play our part. Legislature, they have done a terrible thing. They're sending it to y'all. If you join them, well, history will prove that one Julius just sat down. He did his part. One Rodney Z sat down at Front Page Africa. He did his part. And other people that will join in, they play their part. You know, because a whole lot of people do not read a whole lot of things. So sometimes when things come in newspaper and the radios don't pick it up, sometimes you can just go like that. Yeah. So let's go. Someone said a very funny message. Okay, so let's speak with the assistant minister. He cannot be in studio. So something came up. So let's speak with him about the coming in of the MCC team. We have with us Assistant Minister Henry Yankwit from the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. Welcome, sir.
Hello, Julius, and how are you coming on?
I am fine. Tell us about this MCC team that is in country. What is the origin? What is the history, the background behind their coming to Liberia?
So, the MCC team is in Liberia to do an assessment on Liberia to qualify for the MCC Compact program. You agree with me that in previous year we were able to, in 2015, we were able to secure 256.7 million on the MCC Compact, and we have been with the MCC programs in that time. We tried to re-engage with the previous government, the Blanding government, and the Trump government canceled every program at the time. So we are doing in re-engagement, trying to assess our constraints, do a constraint analysis on Liberia, and to find where possible they can be able to direct their resources through the MCC program.
Okay, so who all are on the team?
So the team, 3 members arrived yesterday. We are expecting 4 other members to arrive, and the team is headed by Kari Bonaham, who was working with the previous compact program and has some experience about Liberia, and they'll be meeting government institutions, private sector, diplomatic missions, multilateral and bilateral organizations, civil society organizations to get information, data on Liberia. And then the board of the MCC will be meeting in December, and the board now will decide on the Liberian situation.
Okay, good. So, what is the hope? Because we are part of countries that have been recommended to Congress, and of course, whatever this team determines from their research in Liberia could also be helpful in seeing if we could secure another compact. Do we know exactly some of the things they will be looking at?
Okay, so the MCC compact program has 3 thematic areas. Looking at academic freedom, you're also looking at rooting justice and investing in people. In these areas got indicators, 20 different indicators. So the analysis will have to point towards these areas. And then at the end of the day, they will make a decision to the board. Now, they have already conducted a desk review on Liberia. But that desk review is insufficient. So they have to come on ground to assess, talk with various players within society, like I said earlier on, talk to government people, non-governmental organizations, international institutions, civil society, to get empirical information on Liberia. That will then be update the desk review they did, and they'll be able to make that determination on how they can be able to invest in Liberia. They are looking at investing in sectors that will have impact on the people, that will lead to poverty alleviation. They are finding means how we can work together, the United States and Liberians, when it comes to investment, how it benefits Liberia as well as the United States of America.
Okay, so are we hopeful? Do we have all of our T's crossed and our I's dotted?
Yes, so Julius, we as a government, we are hopeful. We want to encourage all Liberians that we should join this process. It's a national process we are into. One thing that unites every one of us is development. Because when you build a road, that road will not distinguish who uses the road. You have people from different religious background, different political background, different tribal background. We all will have access to that particular development. So once we can work with our partners, interact with them justly, and convince them, make the Liberian kids, then we can be able to attract foreign direct investment that can help every one of us to be able to live a better life as a people. And then we are hopeful that the MCC team that is here will be able to assess well, and we are very confident that Liberia will be able to secure a second compact.
Okay. Assistant Minister Yankwe, thanks so kindly for letting us know, and we wish you all the best in your engagements, and we pray that we can get a second compact, which will also be helpful to the country.
Thank you, Julius, and we are hopeful. We encourage the public to also, those that will be interacting with, we can make the Liberian case in the best way possible we can. They will meet with Liberian Chamber of Commerce, the Central Bank of Liberia, Mines and Energy. They will talk to civil society organizations and NAMO and other institutions. They will be talking to the IMF, the World Bank, the AFDB. They will talk to the Port Authority, the National Investment Commission, the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Agriculture, the Health Institution, the Ministry of Education. So there are a lot of engagement that will be on, and they are bringing their expert economists. They are bringing people with vast knowledge in finance and trade and into other sectors. And we think we have equal level qualified individuals, subject matter experts that can sit in the room to be able to make the Liberian case.
Okay, thanks so kindly. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Julius.
Okay, Henry Yankwe right there, letting us know. So, we will now go to you, and of course, like I said, these LPRA people We'll post them later so that you know them. Just to know them, our officials just do things. They quiet in one corner to one LPRA. You never hear anything from them. They never say anything. They just jump in all kinds of deals. Terrible. We will post them so you see them and know them. That they are the ones doing these kinds of terrible things to this country. Let us know them. 777-700-995, 555-995-995. The numbers. Someone said, you hope the Bush should not talk to CDC. But if the poor need to talk to opposition, people will talk to them. 777-700-995, 555-995-995. It is your time. Let's hear from you, fellow Liberians. These issues are very, very important. They are significant. This one said, but Jonathan Pilate said the man I changed from South to Pano. He didn't say. He said maybe it could be. Suspended go. He was not definitive. Let's hear you. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
How are you?
I'm fine.
This is my papa.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, we are talking about we are not getting nothing to do with like people like so when it comes for all you have to get I can't wait to go to Osa or that. Joseph Bakar and he the president when he go up till the go in the country. So what the people he gave to nothing about it. The people he gave account to anybody. They got time in Kenya in Labor. When he went for I don't know where he went, he came back, he started giving the people cheap. Thank you very much. All I wanted to tell you.
Okay, sir. Thanks so kindly. Let's see who's on this side. Welcome. Let's hear you. Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, go ahead. Let's hear you. Yes, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, but this is the voice of Sabu Rasta during the conversation from Point 4 in Zimbabwe. Let me say thank you for your show and thank you for all of your talking points. But Julius, one thing I want to say, brother Julius, I got message for President Weah. Look, Julius, the issue of police brutality in the country is getting rampant. It's too much, and Julius, it needs to stop. Look, Julius, people should not always take our, with the Liberian people, they should not take our kindness to be our weakness. You know, we're in a world for responsible for law enforcement job will just be beating on our citizens, firing tear gas, going brutal with the people. For what reason, Judah, it is bad for our people to take power and take over the Joseph Walker. That's how we do, Judah. That Joseph Walker will treat our people in the way that you treat our people, Judah. How in the world, Judah, you will look at your own citizens? Can you imagine people? Can you imagine you had dignitaries that were coming to the country yesterday? So, in relation to Judah, and so to the MCC's combat, then you got people beating on people like Judah, like the people are animals. They are not Liberians. So the issue of police brutality, Judah, it needs to stop. And let me tell you, Judah, 2029, the Bible says the kingdom of God is somewhat violent, and violence takes him by force. Time for war, time for peace. You want people for war. So 2029, Judah would not listen.
No, there'll be nothing here. There'll be nothing bad will happen. Thanks so kindly. That's okay. Let's come on this end. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon.
Go ahead.
My name is Musa Kwame.
Go ahead, Musa.
And if you will allow me, let me use your platform to welcome back the excellent Dr. George Weah.
Oh, you didn't do it yesterday.
I'm using your platform.
But you did it in person physically yesterday. Why you won't use platform again?
Use the OKFM platform. Also, OKFM platform is one of the biggest platforms that we can use.
But when you saw the man face to face and you welcome him, why you won't do it already?
You just deny me, but I ask for your permission.
Go ahead.
I'm allowed to use the platform to welcome President Weah back.
Go ahead. Have your say.
Okay, so I want to use this time to welcome back President Weah. I wish you a happy day. Like you said, you are here for a mission, and we cannot wait for that mission. We are prepared and ever more prepared. But let me first start by condemning the constant harassment of police in this country. Julius, it's getting worse. And you can track back at the worst time. Many Liberians would think was the worst time the Keda era. I was there, and I was one of those young persons who marched with my organization, then Future Generation, from AGN Buchanan Street to the airport and brought in this country, South Bronski. As brutal, as wicked as many thought President Taylor was with the ATU and all the other people, Liberians were given the opportunity to lock down Mobilizing. That was the first time that I saw that kind of assembling ever in my lifetime. People jubilated, people went all around the country. Nobody stopped anybody. And since after that time, Julius, there has been a culture that people will go on that airport, whether like a girlfriend coming or like a woman coming, or I don't even want to say politician. People go there with drum and start to welcome their people. But for the last 2 years, Julia, it's been very difficult for people to, once George Weah is coming, it becomes a problem. I think that is wrong. Yesterday, and some of the guys who lead people in this country, yesterday, nothing Freeman, I don't know how it happened, because before I could get on the scene, the riot or the tear gas were already in the air because I was around unification time. But when I got there and I went to him, he recognized me. From that moment up to the time President Weah came, it was peaceful, it was cordial. My only disappointment is there should be no barricades starting from yesterday. That place should be free. You only watch the people movement. If they are going out of the way, you tell them say this is not the way, but they create unnecessary panic. People that were traveling yesterday got stopped when they should not have been stopped. That was bad. And I think we should condemn that in the highest and Liberia we have come of age. At this point in time, we cannot be having checkpoints everywhere. If to say we are fighting war, we're not fighting war. And I even caution Greg and people who closer to him see that's the best thing. No, you are not the most powerful person in this country. There have been men, we have seen men. You have to be careful. Even if you say going for 2 of them which will not happen, you will say before one former police director, you have life after this united by the government. But if you feel this is okay, you can use the authority you have now, it's fine. But I think it's wrong, and the police need to be friendly with people.
Okay.
And not brutal. It's ugly. It's undemocratic.
Thanks so kindly. Thanks so kindly for your call. Let's see who's on this end. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Julius, how you doing?
I'm fine. Go ahead.
Everybody here. Unfortunately, I call you for a different reason.
Go ahead.
I want to use your platform to inform Liberians and everyone that today I'm stepping aside from politics to pursue something that I have passion for.
What?
You have been discussing some things all the time. I just want to say thank you to you and Clarence Jackson for giving me the platform to express myself and to speak on some of the ills in our society.
What are you going to pursue? Do you have a consultancy somewhere, or what? You got to say something about your consultancy that they get to.
I don't probably. I don't know right now. Everybody, they thinking up people say, "Oh yeah, everybody." No, listen. I have had passion for something, and we discuss it. I want to serve my country in another way and form, and what I call for today is to say thank you to you and Clarence Jackson, because many days I call and you took my calls. And one of my greatest achievements all the time, over the 2 years, was the fact that we spoke against this yellow machine situation. And some people in the corner who have walked away with $63 million. When we stood tall today, it had dropped to 22 million, maybe even 20 million or 18 million. It means we have done something for our nation. All I can say is I'm stepping aside from politics right now. Fully well, politics have been my passion, but something else has captured my heart.
Okay.
There are individuals, there are people that are not being recognized, and I think I want to go and serve them. So I want to say thank you to you, because I'm not doing politics again. I don't want to participate on this show right now.
Okay.
But I just want to say thank you ever so much, and continue to do what you do for this nation.
Thanks so kindly. Thanks so kindly, Eric. This person says, good afternoon. Thanks for always flagging issues of importance. It is my hope that those who will be making the case for the second compound will do their best to make the best case for Mama Liberia. Peace first, peace last. Fellow Liberians, Zach Bembo says that. Welcome, let's hear you.
Yeah, President Weah, how are you doing?
Yes, go ahead, let's hear you.
Okay, my name is Ambassador Divan Tiapo, Political Apostle Alliance Noah South, and I come from District 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, okay, I think commend you for the show this evening, but here is that you ask a certain question relating to seditions, need to ask their political leader what he came way and then what he went for. But then they will encourage you to know that seditions, they are not and careful that because from the onset, they are only poised to see Mr. Weah as president, and they only want because they see that Mr. Weah was a former.
Have you asked President Weah why is it he left over 2 weeks ago to go to the U.S. and why he's doing that? Have you asked that question?
We have asked President Weah question.
When?
Big brother Julius and big brother Julius are not, and I have the opportunity to ask the question and for the person to be asked.
But you can't ask the question on the radio. You gotta see him before you ask.
No platform have been available from.
Like I said, no platform. I spoke about it yesterday. Why you called to ask?
If any talk show host ask the question, if any talk show host and follow the platform, we will ask the question. But then now you have given the platform to ask. So then we ourselves now we are care now to tell citizens that citizens they don't care because they only carry Mr. Weah to be a former footballer and Mr. Weah was a black diamond back then. So these are the things that the fellow behind Mr. Weah for. Okay. And then in the last to say big brother Julius is that what happened is that you see citizens and you see Mr. Weah. Mr. Weah he presents himself as a peacemaker. This guy and this man, Mr. Weah is a man with arrogance. Just never Mr. Weah can organize kind of things then, but then he will pretend at the end of the day he's a man with
how you know that? So when you say he what happened and what did he organize?
Okay, Mr. Weah is on record of runaway insult to Mr. and former president and the current president.
No, that's the one we're talking about. The one we're talking about is the one that happened yesterday. No, the one that happened yesterday. What is the evidence that he organized it?
No, the evidence is that and the evidence will be invisible because once something has been done,
if it is invisible, how you know?
It will not come to the public declare, but we know.
But then how did you get to know? So the way that you got to know, can't you tell us?
Yeah, we know people. Okay, and people who was with Mr. Weah and they keep on with this kind of revelation, such as Sir Joseph, such as Solomon George, such as and John Soros, and they tell like the kind of person Mr. Weah is.
Okay.
So it is not hearing Mr. Weah is the kind of person that he presents himself to be a peacemaker, but he's not that kind of person.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. As Aaron Weah, good afternoon. May God bless you for exposing this blatant criminal or deed. Okay, that is that. Let me do this. Let me go to the live video. I want to read some of your comments there. Some interesting comments are there. Let's read them. Keep your calls coming. This other phone keeps going up. I don't know why it is not charged. That's why. I put it on, it goes back up. So keep trying the orange line. Let's go to the live video and read some of your comments that are there. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. Let's read your comments. This person says Charlie Reese, why when sedition's talking you don't ask them questions? You are not balanced. Let the man say his own, man. Oh, I can ask everybody question when they call. Okay, see that one, Jiba, rebel government, how will investors come in? No, it is not a rebel government. Politicians and tribalism will destroy Liberia, he says that as well. That's see that one, Jeba. Okay. The international line, it's somewhere here. It should be here. Let my producer bring it. Yeah, that's true. Thank you for reminding me. I have not seen it. They will bring it. This person, Makati Rufus Makati, Mr. Mohammed A. Dukle resigned from LPRA last year. Well, but he's still on their website as one of their leaders. How can he have? How could he have resigned last year? He's still there. Please bring the international line in. Achue Saros, yesterday you guys have firms lobbying against previous government to not let investors to do business with them. Now it's your turn. You're talking about we should work together. Hypocrisy at its finest. Amos J. Vincent, let the police stop beating on her citizens first. See that one jabber like when politicians can read. They just want to sign. AZ 200 million free. Well, the way the guy can operate, lawmakers, it is very possible they may want to do the same thing. You know, that time you may hear the 120,000. It is small, but around 2007, 8, 9, 10, that was big money. That time it was not easy. The exchange rate from 2006 it was around 50, 60 to $1 and all that stuff. So you should know what we're talking about. Sidiki Keita, they should be investigated before going into deal. Liberia is all we have. Mistakes shouldn't be repeated again. Thank you, Julius. Okay, thanks so kindly as well. Zakba Kedi, corruption is like a superstar in Liberia. Okay. From those oil blocks, the next regime will conclude the life imprisonment for. No, we'll not read that one there. Daniel Dagoyon, I love Liberian journalists' energy in making negative research. Here, see. You're doing something to help the country, right? Someone doing bad all over. Bad things happening. It's like a man before you were a young girl, he came, he deflowered you, he did all kind of things, he cheated. Years later, he is coming back. He said, Nana, I want to get you this, I want to get you that. All the places he been, you're not going to check what thing he's doing there before you accept him back. You just get yourself to him. That is what we're doing, and we're helping the country. But the man said we're very, very good at making negative research. Okay, no problem. It is negative today. When he comes again and walks away with additional millions, then you put your hand on your head, and then it will be late. Let's take more calls. Welcome. Let's hear you. Yes, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Evan Smith, and I work on 72nd.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let me tell you something. Politics in Liberia is quite different from any other country. Right now, there, we get to this thing happening. Every president coming in, look at the area yesterday, that the full fighting war. I was there from the start to the end. People I didn't know about nation, celebrating, jubilating. Why should?
Oh, you going off by yourself, or I don't know anything about it, or you did, or welcome. Let's hear you.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Gino.
Okay, go ahead.
Gino, let me say to the national police, thank you yesterday. The way they conducted themselves. No, you know, country without no law is that country. Let me say this. We have two currently now. We have two former presidents in Liberia now. George Weah without Ellie. Why won't Ellie become again be like that?
Does Ellen still want to be president?
Apart from that, they people all the deliberate they say George Weah is their president. So anytime they go work on there, they will first kill. If you people go there, if you not install the or you not, if they tell you to pass, so you say I don't want to my own way. No, they're not there for that. That is for one, and not even for what kind. Made up for George Weah. But for the people that come in, if people say go their way, go like that. They don't want to go there. They go here for George Weah, and not for nobody. And I will know that they compete for everybody. Everyone, that's why when they can come to us. We don't want to get power, we can give it to them. But let's not job where they take it to their job where to be that demand for find that they are all of one and the people, they are all going to be governed. and college got to be police there to that line and poverty. If they that folk go there yesterday, if people not coming, if they come in, to someone there, who come in, they better make up for free. So police will like whenever they can talk any kind of way they want to. Okay, so we have to please for enough people. I don't know that one of their business. All we know, the project must be world. The people of the MCC people that are coming yesterday, they that go different thing coming happy to that one. You know what kind of bad how project coming yesterday. You know how our coming be in the international war, or it did a job, it did a project for Julius. You know, for neither Julius, boy, for everyone also. If you think there's something that you can come back, you can't run, boy. You have to do more quality in the country because of one positive business.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. Thanks so kindly. Let's see who's right here. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon, Julius. When James in that call from Paris.
Go ahead, Frank.
Julius, I don't know what the Unity Party people on. All the chaos Henry Costa caused during the John Weah time when he was in the U.S. Put people in the street with one tire. When Henry Costa was coming to Monrovia, the amount of people that went to RI, Henry Costa came for RI. He did not even go to a hospital. He went through Garnetsville. He went around. The police did not do anything after all the chaos Henry Costa caused in the Republic.
Well, the fact that they didn't take certain actions, they didn't ensure certain security measures were put in place, doesn't mean that a current government cannot do that too.
No, the security measure was put in place, and those guys were guided from the airport all the way to going around where Henry Costa went, all around, and he came back on Broad Street. There was no noise, there was no chaos. Now, people forgetting that George Weah remained the single most popular politician in the rural bureau. That's a fact. George Weah is even more popular than the anecdote said the young man were talking about. George Weah had been popular when he was private citizen. When Joseph Bourget was vice president, George Weah was more popular than him. When Joseph Bourget was vice president, George Weah was ordinary citizen. George Weah was still more popular than Joseph Bourget. When Joseph was vice president, George Weah was senator, George Weah was still more popular than Joseph Bourget. George Weah as a former president, he's even more popular than Joseph Bourget. So that's a fact. So I don't know what people are saying. The Unity Party people have been going on at the airport, they're welcoming Joseph Bourget. Nobody been making noise. But because the people went to welcome the president, George Weah, coming back to Monrovia, they're creating problems.
No, but Frank, you will also agree that there are certain measures that should be put in place, especially when a huge group of people is going to the airport, because there are different people moving in and out and all those kinds of things. So it was sensible for the police to put in place certain measures.
Yeah, definitely. But something Jonathan Pelele said yesterday. Joseph Bourget John Weah is a former president. The crowd that will go welcome him, they shouldn't be to that of Joseph Bourget. Jonathan Pelele, you're a veteran journalist. You're supposed to know the weight John Weah has in Liberia. Who is Jonathan Pelele to determine the amount of posts you go on that was not my issue. That was not my question. What my question, or what the point I made, they in place measures, because that was a huge number of people. I saw the video. The people were too much, and if it was necessary for the police to put in place measures so that other guide the people, do this. That is the amount of crowd that went for Henry Costa, and the police guided them.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. I don't know what I saw someone calling. I don't know whether they call you on WhatsApp, but welcome, and let's hear you. Hello.
Good afternoon, Julius. This is Master Kwe, and I call you from our rescue center.
Go ahead.
Julius, as you know that I'm not a fan of Unity Party, not a fan of PDP, because I believe PDP is just a carbon copy of Unity Party. For my honest opinion, I think for the 6 years that PDP governed for, and it comes to managing the state security, I think it is way more mature, 100%.
Why do you say that?
The United Party.
Why do you say that?
Bring in this people. Okay, Julius, let's say today, the project that we have on June 7 that we supported with our money, let me confess, I supported it with my money. If that project was under United Party, trust me, people are going to die. It happened November 7th, Sunday 11, I'm not sure. And then it happened this shooting again in King George. It happened on UL campus. But under the CBC government, I think they were more careful because they didn't want the public to have a bad image of them. So they were way more careful when it comes to managing the state security. And I think they are better when it comes to that aspect. Thank you.
Okay, thanks so kindly. All the way to that from the U.S. Let's take a few more. I think our guests should be around or in. Welcome. Let's hear you. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, this is Tuba Morris. I call you from Ghana.
Go ahead, sir.
My attention has been drawn to the issue that you discussing pertaining to the opposition, right? PDC, they are a good party. They have good party, and there are good people in that party. But the behavior of people in that party making the party bad. So there's a way that we can find means, the citizen can find means whenever the leader is coming to the country. There's a way to do it. So going to the national airport is very, very wrong. Yesterday, there were international guests that were coming to the country. Even guys on the road yesterday. They made no sense. The only thing they need to do is find a strategic error. For Mr. President, ex-president coming, don't meet to our party headquarters and wait for him. When he comes there, he can do anything in the city. Instead of you going to the party headquarters, going to the national airport. I hear people saying that, oh, police were there. My brother, police would not be crazy just see somebody saying that beating them. But these guys are very, very unlawful. Whenever they are somewhere, they want to show themselves.
Okay. Thanks so kindly for your call. Let's see who's on this end. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you, my good friend and brother Julius. This is Zizi.
Go ahead, Zizi.
I'll call you this time around in Caldwell. Julius, let me comment the caller that just called from United States. Really, I not wanted to call, but I need to call to comment. If you are supporting somebody and you see the truth, you should say it. Look, we are not saying that CDC was perfect when they were governing. No, even you, Julius, the one room that you running. I mean, I'm not saying it to denigrate you. I'm just saying that the one room that you renting, you get your family, you get your children. Everybody will not be satisfied with you. Neither to say president, you govern, now the whole country will be satisfied with you. But at least the leader that we have, which is George Weah, you may not like him, but to say the God-fearing truth, George Weah cannot be matched with anybody in this country. On the line of the peacefulness of him. I hear people talking about George Weah, arrogant and this and that. I just laugh. You not know somebody do this call there. If George Weah was arrogant, he could be president by now. He could be president by now. Nobody could take him from there. You think that 70,000 votes will take up president from there and get it out? Because he loved peace. And see why yesterday he stole we the supporters. He was not angry with us. He was just trying to advance us. And we want for us to live in this country. Let it be peaceful. Then somebody said, George Weah, he full of problems. He can turn right. The whole world has checked the other young man. They never see anything negative about him. Then you go say that in one corner, then you want to try to pin him.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. That's democracy. That's why it is. Let's take Mo Ali on this line. I hope my guest is already here. Mo, welcome.
Good afternoon or evening. Anyway.
Anyone can win, huh?
All right. So, Julius, I called to react to a few things. I got no intent to participate in a debate about what happened yesterday. But let me start off with what Zizi ended with. Joseph Barker is not president because George Weah wanted him to. George Weah did not leave the presidency because he's peaceful or he wanted to leave. George Weah was defeated, and people need to know that one day. Whether they defeated him 1 vote, 2 votes, 10 votes, once he was defeated, he had to leave. The presidency is not his personal property to say, oh, if George Weah wanted to leave president, he will come in and lead and would not choose to say. Whether he wanted to, that is the reason why he's still intending to contest in 2029. If he didn't want to, by now he would have been out of politics. So nobody should care that fabricated story around that, oh, George Weah only left the presidency because he's peaceful. He was defeated. Joseph Baka was defeated in 2017 and he left. He conceded. We all were standing there when he made a concession statement. So I want to clear that part. And that's our friend from France, friend Gacy, he said Costa King, he went around to 2 things. One, not any of Costa's arrival did he ever go around to Banazé and this and that. And on 2 occasions, I was part of it. Right to Vamoma, police threw tear gas among us. They beat some people, they wounded some people, especially the last time Costa came, the last protest we organized. Police threw tear gas, they beat people, they wounded people. According to them, we're not supposed to cross Vamoma. We're supposed to stop on the other side when we are playing and inform them that we're going to Kerry Street. So people should not make it know that the police have been friend to anybody and enemy to anyone. The police have had their standard operating procedure that they go by. It doesn't matter who is the president or who is the opposition. The only thing is that when you're in opposition, then you classify the police as the police of this president, the police of the, we all have done it, but we should not make it look that the police were so professional doing George Weah time, and they are not so professional doing this time. They've always been the police, they've always been like that.
Okay.
I wanted to make those 2 points clear. Thank you.
Thanks so kindly for your call. That's democracy, the opposing views. That's what these platforms are about. This will be the final one. Okay, the second to last one. Quickly, let's hear you.
Thank you, Julius. I'm so proud to be the last.
I said second to last. I say you are the last. Hold on, Jeff. Otavi, hold on the line. You shouldn't talk. Go ahead, Deputy Director Noah Gibson.
Yeah. So Julius, this is Noah Gibson for the public.
My man, I introduce you. Take out the call your name. Go ahead, man.
I know the argument will be the reason why people say President Weah or former President Weah is peaceful or is good, because they always argue that the margin he lost with was narrow and no president could have easily given up power with that kind of narrow margin. But Julius, here is what our brothers from the CDC need to know. This was not the only case in Africa or in Liberia. In Ghana, John Mahama, who is president today, was a sitting president in 2016 when he lost narrowly to the immediate past president Nana Akufo-Addo, and he gave up. That was a narrow margin. Right now, the result in Malawi is showing that Peter Mutharika could return, that Lazarus Chakawa, the president, could even be former president soon. So, what people making the thing, we saw Muhammadu Buhari defeating Goodluck Jonathan as a sitting president on the continent. So, what people want to make the thing to look at, President Weah being the only president, Joseph Baka was an incumbent vice president when he gave up power 2 days to not announcing the final result. He was the first politician to concede in this country, incumbent politician. So, President Weah did not do anything new in this country.
Okay.
And lastly, let me say this. He's not the only former president here. Why anytime President Sali, former President Sali, returns in the country, we don't hear noise?
Is she interested in being president again?
Say that?
Is former President Salif interested in being president again?
So, Julius, the argument is not whether she's interested in being president
because she's not interested, and so no one paying attention to her.
The point is, Julius, and they said during their time the police were more peaceful or they were peaceful, but because we were abiding by what the police told us.
Okay. Okay.
You were here.
Okay, thanks. Let the other people that know. We'll not tell you long. It's okay. Thanks so kindly. Otavi Williams, 1 minute quickly. You the final one.
Yeah. I told him but basically, my man Weah left the land. I just want to give the Unity Party just one advice. Just one advice. Well, all the people on former President Taylor did, why the coup President Taylor alone learned in the heat. Syria and then Euro and then Benjamin Yitel and then although now still looking for Benjamin Yitel, we know the location. You be careful with Gregory Kumo and pull Unity Party into a big Yama Chaka. Why? The ball orientation is rebelling. That's all.
Which one is
rebelling? I'm going to define it. When you get a definition, I will help you one dictionary. But the ball orientation is just who he is. So, the party means good. The government will means good. But at the close of the day, the people are in front of the government. I saw the chief of staff today. The escort saw the chief of staff and never saw it with Prince C. Johnson. Prince C. Johnson was in the land all the way. He and the current chief of staff, that's why I gave them credit for it. If I would criticize it in anything. You have seen Gregor Kuma moving? Gregor Kuma, in fact, is the de facto president of that bureau. You may not know, Komori. Just sit down and watch the main movement, what they're doing. Let's be careful of what blood damage us with some blood and sweat in the meat.
Okay.
That's all I have to say. I say in the public gate. We don't want to say in the corner. So we tell Komori, we say Komori, we say you're in the listing.
Okay.
Be careful. He's all acting so President Vaga can just play what he. How much power you need from there?
Okay, thanks so kindly.
Tell me the email of this government, man.
Thanks so kindly. Otavin Williams there. This person says, please keep this recording. Day will break for Mo Ali Day in 2029. Then 2029, everybody going for I won't group of people. This will be the final message. Julius, the Unity Party might actually be one of the reasons why Weah could make an easy comeback, because a lack of tolerance and focus on unintentionally boosting his image. They seem too fixated on Weah, my brother, when the truth is Liberia's suffering didn't begin the last 6 years. It's a result of a powerful network of lawmakers and entrenched cartels, ones we are all fully aware of, that have surrounded every president, protecting their stolen wealth, while the average Liberian continues to suffer time and again. This problem is bigger than any one president, whether it was Ellen, Weah, or now Boakai. We all know this. Just look around. The same corrupt deals that were condemned under Ellen and Weah are still alive under Boakai. Have we ever paused to ask why? Or is the Unity Party simply focused on targeting Weah out of personal vendetta? As a nation, we can't progress by holding on to deception and lies, especially when we are doing very little to actually shift the narrative. Even the concessionaires no longer take us seriously. To me, Jalaru sends in that message. That's how we will end. We have our guest here, Kelvin Matadi from the MDR. Kelvin, welcome.
Oh, thank you, Julius. I'm always excited to be on your radio. I'm humble, and people back home are following the show. I think there are multiple radio stations following the show.
Yeah. Let me see who are carrying. And let me say welcome to the people of Nimba County. We have Radio Nimba, Radio Tapeta, and Radio Lawe in Tapeta. So 2 radio stations from Tapeta, and then Radio Nimba. Radio Nimba is in Ganta or something.
Radio Nimba is in Sanikwele.
Yeah, in Sanikwele. Yeah, but it covers
across.
Yeah.
Most of the community peoples, they feel that they can listen to some of the radio too that is community based too. So it's good to reach out. So we're talking Nimba politics.
Yeah. So we say welcome to all of you there in Nimba. It's that's one place I always like to go. Yeah, but welcome. How is the MDR? How is Prince Johnson's MDR?
Oh, Julia, we are doing pretty well. The movement for democracy and reconstruction, we are doing pretty well. The fact is, the Nimba remains the home of the movement for democracy and reconstruction. The fact that 2 by-elections, we won our election. That is the senatorial election that brought Samuel Gongben Koga, and the representatives by election that brought Koto Kwagru. Koto Kwagru is this gentleman we grew over the years. He's now the representative of District Number 5, the Buyawo Belt. So I think we are in good shape in Nimba. The movement for democracy and reconstruction is on the minds and souls of Nimbadian. It's not the physical structure, but I think we are doing good in Nimba.
You seem to be quite an election kind of party. You seem to put a whole lot in elections, especially in that Nimba.
How? The bullet politics, let's say the bullet politics of the country, it kind of different politics. When you come into an election, the election can take shape. Julius, if you go into 2029 election, all the names you hear in Liberia, it will narrow down. So the movement for democracy and reconstruction is the traditional parties of Nimba or Nimbadian. So it's not just a physical structure, but what we intend to do for a couple of days or a couple of months to come in terms of rebranding the party is to even organize the party in the various schools, in places that Tab Memorial High in Tabata, in most of the notable names, those schools, the traditional schools in Nimba. So I think it's not just the physical structure and it's not just the election period we come, but the movement for democracy and reconstruction is a traditional party.
There was a report about something about your HQ, I think in Ganta, where there were some there were pictures or videos of coal bags being packed there as if it was an unused or not being used structure.
No, that was just a myth. That was just a myth.
But we saw the picture.
You're talking about the last by-election, Nabro, Kotakuagura?
No, I'm saying your party headquarters, I think in Ganta. Recently, there was a picture or video of coal bags being packed there.
The thing about it is we were trying to move to different locations as I speak to you in Gompa City, and sometimes the landlord will bring a very huge demand, and sometimes because of the financial constraint we will say absolutely no, we want to go in different locales. So absolutely it's not an offense to tell you say we're going, but because the movement for democracy and reconstruction is a notable name, so the journalists will always make news about it.
No, so are you still in that structure or you have moved out?
We are trying to move to a different location.
You are trying to move
to a different location, a more suitable location.
So no.
The matter of fact, where we were, it was kind of small, and we're trying to secure
but they
another
brought picture of a coal bag being packed there, and I'm not sure you are still there when there are coal bags being packed there.
I just came from Nimba the last 2 weeks, and I stopped in Gompa City, and we cannot say some of the formality that is been disclosed, or let's say discussed behind closed doors.
So currently, are you still in that structure?
Oh, we are trying to move to a different location.
So it means you are not in the structure?
We are not there.
How much were you paying there?
No,
monthly?
I cannot disclose that. Confidentiality. I cannot
because you said sometimes financial issues. So
if we were paying certain amount, if we were paying certain amount, and because the landlord come out and say, okay, you guys can pay 300 or 400, and there are multiple locations across the country, the movement for democracy and reconstruction, and based on our financial let's say planning our program, we say no. Or because of the locale, we say, oh, we can find another place for the same option and very good in terms of capacity. Those are some of the things.
And so that means
so you want to take my whole time because
currently in Gompa you are homeless.
I say absolutely no.
But you don't have HQ. You're not in your own one. You are trying to move somewhere else. So at this point,
that was not even
in the middle of nowhere.
That was not even Gompa. It was Sanikole. It was Sanikole.
So you know the story about the coal bags.
So we were in Sanikole, and we are working all the modality.
And that is the capital.
Have a more suitable place that we, let's say, have the accepting capacity for more people.
Okay, now a whole lot has been happening with your party. For example, the incident with Samuel Koga. What is really going on? He seems dissatisfied.
So I think Julius, you call me here to entrap me, but because
but it is not entrapment.
We are here to talk about Nimba politics.
Yeah, and besides, that is MDR. He is a member of MDR.
Coca remains one of the brilliant senators of Nimba, and we respect him. Not everybody can be senator. And not everybody can go to leadership. So, as a party, we hold Coca to high esteem. The matter of fact, when Coca was coming to the movement for democracy and reconstruction, there were multiple causes. Oh, Coca will fire. Oh, Coca, you don't take Coca. I was one of the president. I'm constrained to say that because, like I said, I was entrapped. You called me for different reasons to talk about the Nimba politics, and you asked that question.
But it is part of Nimba politics.
And I was one of the president. I told Coca, I said, there are multiple causes coming that you don't mean well for us. Coming back to the movement for democracy and reconstruction, you will fight us and you will fight the vice president. You know how you can behave. He put a hand down on the sand, he put it on a tongue, he put it on his Kelvin. I will never do that. And less than just 6 months, Koga has gone on the radio, not just on ordinary radio, on one of the community radio, who, of course, they have gained their space in Nimba, the BKS, and he made a pronouncement in Nimba. Oh, the vice president is on Nimba neck. The vice president is doing this. The vice president is not listening to me in terms of recommending to the president. And I listened to that show that night. I caught myself. I said, whether it was Coca, because to come to that level, it means that there should be a fundamental differences. And I called him and said, be better, what's going on? And thank God to the now chairman, Councillor Cooper Krua, who constituted a committee. That committee, there are elders, Mr. Tuazama, one of the older presidents of the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction. We engaged him. What the issue? What triggered some of the conversation on the radio? And Koga, fundamentally, I think he don't have issue with the president, or let's say the vice president. I think what Koga needs to do is for him to focus on his district. The district is the more remote district in Nimba, the Buyao Belt. Coming out of that district, subsequently he now the senator of Nimba. I who had thought that the first 6-7 months, Koga should focus even on Nimba. When I spoke to Koga, remember I was the official spokesperson for Koga in Nimba. Koga spoke about us having a Nimba bank, a bank that will be like a cooperative to absorb some of the agriculture challenges. Access to finance in terms of some of the cooperative, those that are dealing with agriculture produce. And today, in 6 months, he have not come back. Sometimes you don't fight. The Kevin Matara is he's a fight all on Facebook. But I'm an assistant minister now. They love folks that next to us. They look up to me for leadership. You don't fight. What you do now, fight to bring development to Nimba. We were taught
but
all
if
the
he
fighting
feels
spirit.
that he has been sidelined by the vice president, and the vice president is allegedly listening to other people and all that stuff, then it is important.
What you call sideline? The vice president of this country, to come to the political leadership, you know that the vice president, people talk that the vice president, he's not a radio friendly, he's not an intellectual guy because he was doing work in Nimba. But he was not a radio guy. He was not a Morovia guy. But he was doing work in the 9 electoral districts of Nimba. I was just on the radio, I was telling somebody, I said there is no Nimbadian in terms of politician. You can fact check that. There is no politician that had developmental handprint in Nimba than the non-vice president. If you go to Zanzi, you'll see if not Palaba Hall, it's handpump. If you go to Quinding in Yarem Slum, where I hail from, if you go to Tabata, if not Palawa Hall, a clinic. If you come in the Buyao Belt, you'll see something. You go to Kamplay, you go to Bokwila, and the rest of the 9 electoral districts of Nimba. So he took a time The first time for us to put the vice president on radio, that is international radio, the Spoon TV, the diaspora community, the Nimba community, they say, where the man coming to? Because he was not the Morovia guy to be fighting all on the radio, but he was doing his work. When he appeared on the radio that day, people say, oh, this guy. Oh, the guy been working at it, I don't know. So we're urging the now senator of Nimba. We love him. Let him focus on Nimba. Let him focus on the Booyah belt. Let him focus on the MDR. Let him focus on the old man.
So you don't think the vice president has some issues that both of them need to sit and talk about?
There will always be issues, Julius. But the issue are not fundamental issue. There will always be issue. If there is no disagreement, there will never be an agreement. But to take it to that level.
Because he thinks that it has come there.
Oh. Less than 6 months, you're talking about recommendation to the president? Julius, Coca is one of us. We cherish him. I think Coca has a space and he should assert leadership. The movement for democracy and reconstruction, and Nimba remains the home of the party. And we always excited to talk to our people back home. I know there are multiple people back home following your show and Radio Lawe, the Tapeta where we hail from, Yaren Meslon, and the rest of the people are listening to us. And everybody panicking. What happened in Morovia? What happened in MDR? Nothing happening.
Who is the political, before we leave the MDR and go to other issues, who is the political leader of the MDR?
So I'm here again, you asking the question. So you got to wear a political garment before you understand the answer to that garment. Jeremiah Cohn, the vice president of the country, remains one of the leaders in a colorful relationship we enjoy with the Unity Party.
What you call colorful relationship?
But we enjoy the relationship.
I didn't ask you about Unity
Look,
Party.
The political leader.
The political leader who?
Let me tell you.
Currently, who is the political leader of MDR? That's my question.
So you all were in a journalistic garment. So politicians will do some things that will lead your whole journalistic thing and jump politics. Because you now understand something. Something remain abstract. You understand? Look, the now vice president.
So for you to tell us who the political leader is, that one abstract thing again?
The now vice president of the country is one of the leaders in the Unity Party Alliance. He's one of the leaders. Not just a leader, but a second man that we enjoyed our colorful relationship with the MDR. And anytime I appear on the radio, I will answer that question.
Is the vice president?
He asked me.
Is the vice president an executive
the political
of the
leadership?
MDR?
When Gabriel Goulet, Jackson Hebdo, when they created or established their political party here, you used to hear political leadership. When the political leadership came.
But now we have it. Now we have it.
So the movement for democracy is a traditional party.
He was made political leader when the late Senator Prince Johnson was alive.
So
right?
The political leadership
is he still the political leader?
So the political leadership of the party was turned over in 2022. One day, our late godfather sat upstairs at Dupo Road residence. He called the now vice president. He said, I'm getting old. I want you to take the political leadership of the party. This is why I say the political leadership of the MDR will never be hijacked. Don't look out about it in the MDR, Julius. It will never be hijacked.
Is anybody trying to hijack it?
It's something that was earned by Jeremiah Cohn, the now vice president.
And so
he make the call. Let me get you the story. So when he make the call, he can go in, Jerry. He said, the 2022 are getting old. You the one will be the political leader. You and your brother then called or they will go Gompa for the convention. So Jay start calling order. The now vice president, sorry. So he said, your papa talking something you. But whether what he's saying is true, that way a daybreak. You know how old man can change sometime when you're alive. Say they broke and the old men were consistent. We went to Gompa City, that convention. The old man wept bitterly. He cried. He turned over the political leadership to the now vice president. After those ceremony, those episode, we came to Monrovia. The names of the vice president and subsequently a name were mentioned. And today we are in a colorful relationship with the Unity Party.
So that means he is still a member of the
enjoy,
MDR.
and we enjoy.
No, I don't.
We enjoy the relationship.
We know that you enjoy it.
If you're not part of
you
but
are the
we
governing
enjoy
party.
some of the intervention he's doing in the party, then okay, good.
So is he still part of the party or not?
Oh yes.
So that means he's in your
He
party.
enjoy the confidence of the party.
And he's in the Unity Party.
Oh.
So he's the
vice
only person in Liberia who
This
is
is why
both ways.
This is
both
why I
in
say
Unity Party.
So
and
Julius,
MDR.
this is why I say you are a journalist. Some things the politician will do will remain abstract. Only a politician will understand.
Is it true that he resigned from the MDR?
I challenge anybody that my second time coming on your show. Give me any audio that the vice president, quote unquote, said, I will resign from the movement for democracy and reconstruction. I challenge that clip.
But according to the Unity Party constitution, you have to be a member of their party to go as running mate. So this is why I keep asking the question. So that means he is both part of the Unity Party and part of the MDR.
So Julius, the vice president, is one of the leaders in the Unity Party alliance we enjoy.
And so he is member
So
of.
can we talk about Nimba?
And so he is member of both parties.
So the vice president is one of the leaders, not just a leader, but the second person. We're more powerful person in the country.
And the political leader of MDR.
Oh, the vice president
And
is
a member of Unity Party.
So he enjoyed the confidence of the
that's
movement for democracy.
That
and
is quite a
reconstruction.
privileged position to be in, quite powerful, being a member of two parties, and no one has issues with that.
So when the political leaders you're thinking about, you know who enjoyed our confidence and who running the day-to-day affair of our party? It's Chairman Kopakura and the Secretary General with all the code of executive member. Huh?
But there's also political leader.
Oh, the vice president enjoy our confidence, and he's one of the leaders in the movement for democracy. And not the
before move on, in fact, it is still in Nimba. The PYJ University is perhaps the biggest legacy, the biggest positive legacy of the late Senator Prince Johnson. Reports coming from that county about the university having been good since his death. What is happening? And besides, that will also be a legacy thing of MDR. People could judge you people on what happens to that university too, even though it is an educational institution, but people see it as an extension of who he was in terms of a positive image. What's happening with it?
So Julius, thank you for that question. There have been multiple calls coming back home. Death is this intruder. When it comes, it's a disruptor, death. Then what about just a single human being who died? Our late godfather of Nimba. The last time one of the leading banking institutions in Nigeria, when the gentleman died, his bank almost went down. There were multiple stories in international media that his institution was what? Erasing. Then what's about Senator Johnson? There are multiple gaps because he was just a single human being that created or established a university for Nimbadian with a good faith. Today, Senator Johnson is no more. What the vice president had done to call all of us on the table. And today, as I speak to you, we want to turn our university to a technical university, to give it to the government, to be a public utility. And as I speak to you, I think there have been substantial gain, and the vice president is under negotiation.
Is it like out for sale or?
It's not out for sale.
Okay.
The now vice president built a hospital in Gompa City. He took it, he gave it to the government. There are certain development can never be personalized. Because what? There are people in Nimba, they get a late token, they want to send their children or child in Monrovia to come to school. But because they say the university is situated in Gompa, they prefer sending their children to the hospital, or let's say to the university. So some development can never be personalized. And based on this, I think the now vice president is making substantial gain in terms of engaging the government, for the government to take over that university. And I think we are making gain on that.
Okay, good to hear. Still in Nimba. In Nimba, it's another seemingly strong, powerful party coming up. They've been moving here and there, doing different things. The CMC, that could pose a threat to the MDR. They've been co-opting some of the very fine songs of your county as well, and they seem to be directly in opposition to you. What do you say about the rise of the CMC?
So the CMC, the last election we hear in Nimba, in Sakalapia, where the political leader of the party hailed from, would be over 11,000 plus votes. So the Nimba politics is a different politics. Julius, I always come here before I go back home. The CMC is seeking just a political popularity. And Nimba is a wrong place to establish a political party. Because Nimba is the home of the movement for democracy and reconstruction.
That doesn't mean other parties cannot come up there.
No, we are not stopping them. But the facts will always be what they emphasize. Nimba is the home of the MDR. It's been proven even the old man is no more around. The last two by-elections, Coca won. Imbuya Obel, Koto Kwaglu of the movement for democracy won. Coca won in Sakalapia Man District, electoral district number 7, where the political leader hailed from. We won. Look, what Musa Belete doing in the country is not the first time. Let me remind our audience. In 2005, Julius, there was a man called Van Sherman who had all the money. He went all across the country. Where he ended. In 2011, there was a man called Kennedy Sandy. He did the same thing. Nothing strange he doing here. Belete doing here. He went all across the country. The matter of fact, I bought with where this Kennedy Sandy 2011. The money used to be in his sack. In 2017, then emerged Alexander B. Cummings. Alexander B. Cummings, he hired all the best media experts. The matter of fact, there was a survey who established that Alexander Cummings spent almost $1 million to build an image. In 2023, Julius, there was Daniel E. Kassia. Sorry, he passed before the election. But he headquarters and all were coming. I think headquarters, they stopped a headquarters in Cote d'Ivoire. The point I'm making is Liberia, before you attempt the Liberia presidency, you must have gained certain attraction. You can't just wake up and attempt. You must have gained certain political
this is
attraction.
why 2029 is still very far.
Look,
and
Julius, Belete is less politically attractive to attempt our presidency.
But he won in his district. In Nimba
I think 2
County,
days ago or yesterday, I wrote something on my page when President Weah came in the country. I said, yeah, President Weah ate Belete's show. He ate Alexander Cummings' show again. Because politically, he's still taking from them. But the Unity Party Alliance, we are staying tight. And Nimba is staying tight. It's been proven in the 2 by-elections in Nimba. So Belete is just a minor distraction in Nimba. The CMC is just a minor distraction in Nimba. We are doing good, and Belete or the CMC is just trying to.
He seems to suggest that the vice president is also undermining him in terms of all these things that have been happening to him with the LPRC thing and all of those. He has written about those things. He has said.
So on the show yesterday, Imaya Nokwe, I appreciate Imaya Nokwe. Imaya Nokwe came on the show. You know, before I became a journalist, I was working with the House of Representatives. as a press officer in one of those hearings. You know that Musa Bility, he pleaded with the Ways, Means and Finance Committee back in 2012 or 2013. There were almost 30 million road fund. So Bility, he has a credibility issue. Look at the person that behind him to say that a political advisor, go Basilico. This is a young guy in Nimba. He has a credibility issue. Serious one.
That is according to you.
And I kind of man he said the man is a political advisor. Eh? Go Basilico. Political advisor to Bility. He has serious credibility issue. So that gentleman are ready. He had less political attraction. Julius, before 2029,
kind of developments the CMC is
Julius, before 2029,
everywhere.
Look, Julius, before 2029, the president of this country, who will be president? That person was actually. Remember, I have interacted with multiple successful political leaders or political actors. With Eddie Snow, and not a secret. I went to Prince Johnson. I with Jeremiah Cohn, now the vice president. But I learned nothing about the country, I learned nothing. Look, this country, Bility going nowhere. Not even in Nimba. He does not have that space.
But you are not a superhuman person.
The first thing how people not getting name.
What is the name?
The first thing people not getting name. I can't say that name here. Look, even the Muslim community. Even
is it a bad name?
Look, Julius, even the Muslim community or the Mandingo community cannot trust Bility. Then I Nimba will trust him.
Is it a bad name? That you can say.
If you go Nimba, then you hear the name. But
you hear you are a Nimba person. So why?
When you go Nimba, you hear that name. But you know,
I don't know.
Even a community cannot trust him.
Why?
The Muslim community cannot trust him. Look, you know when Senator Johnson was going away, Julius, Senator Johnson was reaching out. He called Bility. For me, I never wanted to support Bility in the election in Nimba. The Wallow, the Zor, the Shadra, some of the brilliant guys in the movement for democracy and reconstruction. And Omen called one time. He said, look, because of the tribal politics, in terms of tribal balance, he said, I beg you, let's support him. If after the old man died, they created or established a political party, Nimbari are not sleeping. They know their leaders. And their leader has emerged.
MDR openly support Bility?
No, we never supported him. We never supported him.
Yeah, but you said Prince
I said the old man wanted us to support it. He proposed it. We said absolutely no. When King Morovia, even the speakership, he wanted us to support Bility.
But did you people field someone in that district?
Yeah. The Unity Party Alliance supported.
But so it means they must beat you people.
Yeah, no problem. Today when you go in our district, they are regretting.
Why?
You know why they're regretting?
Why?
No, Bility, if you even go on True FM, there's a gentleman, I won't call his name. He said, look, that Bility man can shine outside but inside in darkness. He said, I've been to True FM here almost 10 years. I see that man for me and him to talk to real already. I make him shine outside, but inside, he's not correct. He had credibility issue.
No, but if you say the people are regretting, why are they regretting? Bility is carrying on development in his district.
Look, what
he has been doing a whole lot of stuff, building bridges, building roads, getting involved in different things.
So Julius, this is why I have come to the day school to challenge any politician in Nimba who has a developmental handprint in Nimba or the now vice president. Look, but
Kuhn has been representative twice. He was senator before becoming vice president. That's so many years. So right now, Bility seems to really be matching him.
So bring one of those news from Lola with a caliper 20,000, some 15,000, then be all around the place. Look,
but
media people.
But the roads are being built.
We media
Bridges
people
are being built. We can see them with our physical eyes. Yeah.
We media people will have our own way to look at white and make it black.
No, that one.
We have the capacity.
That one is not where up black.
And I got.
Didn't the men build bridges?
But if you go on the ground, the excitement in Monrovia is quite different from the excitement back home.
But so are the people not happy with him building roads?
You
and
argue
bridges?
with me before the by-election, senatorial election. You went, you did your opinion pool that time, right? And you did opinion pool. And you know the result when I came here, I told you, I said, Coca will win the election. And you took your microphone to the people.
Yeah.
Today I'm telling you, the excitement in Monrovia is quite different from what on the ground.
We'll see. We'll try to see.
What on the ground in Nimba is quite
finally,
different.
before we go to the lines, where does the MDR stand on this whole how do you call it? The ArcelorMittal thing? I've seen Jan Twain firing, different representatives firing. Do you have a coherent approach to the whole ArcelorMittal thing?
So as a party, as the executive committee member of the party, I think the party will make a full decision before we come out. But beyond that, we were quite disappointed for the lawmaker to call or to phone in on the program yesterday to go contrary to his colleagues. This is a personal conversation I'm giving. For me, I disagree with him.
Who? Yeah?
Oh, no, that was Samuel Coca phone on the show yesterday. There was a committee report. And our committee report, it reduced some of the subcharge or charges. The petroleum charges.
No, not the petroleum
charges.
thing I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ArcelorMittal deal.
The mental deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're talking about. So we appreciate the disagreement. Jan Twain has expressed his opinion, not just his opinion, his position. And as a party, I don't want to express on behalf of the party where we stand. But those are some of the positions that we appreciate because he's talking or he's advocating for his people.
Okay. Let's take some calls. We have, first of all, Representative Marvin Cole, who has been proselytized to the CMC. He has been converted from the CDC to the CMC. Representative Marvin Cole, welcome.
Julia, this is an opportunity to speak on your radio, but let me correct. There was no conversion that took place. I came from the MPP.
Okay, that's
as
MPP.
A collaborating political party. You know, I'm not a fanatic of inconsistency. But let me correct it. I am constrained. When you have people come on the radio to try to taint the credibility of people who has gone beyond a county now become the national property, it is a compulsion for us to respond to those kind of myths, erroneous, complete malicious attack on the person and the character of Musa Hassan Belete. There is a man that have breached in Bon County. Over 90% of that breed materials have arrived in the county. That costs over 600,000. And this vice president was voted for by the people of Bon. We are now going to 2 years. He cannot show a single mile. So Musa is not Nimba property anymore. Now you look at the bridges, the roads that have been constructed. You cannot go to Tabata without passing on a road that was constructed by Musa Hassan Belete. I mean, the time will come and we will try to correct and set the record straight that Musa, nobody can talk about credibility. If somebody wants to talk about credibility, including the president of the vice president, that all of us sat together in the legislature, we know people's character. It's bad when you live in glass house, don't throw stones.
The current vice president in the legislature do some bad things. Did he do underhanded things?
2 years, 1 minute. We were at the legislature and Jerry served as co-chair on Ways, Means and Finance. The records are so bad and so dangerous. So for somebody to come on the radio try to tint the character and say Musa is not a person of good character, this is not only malicious, it is completely criminal.
But when time comes, we'll be able to open the discourse and we'll set the record straight.
Okay,
and I don't want anybody to link Musa only with Nimba and discuss Musa as a Nimba person. Musa has gone beyond Nimba. He has become a political property of Liberia. You cannot negate the fact that Musa now has the third largest political party in Liberia. Just my president.
How you managed to do the ranking, to know the numbers of people and adherence and all of that?
You on the National Elections Commission website in terms of percentage, Marvin Cole ranked the highest among 73 members. And I'm now with the CMC. That's a Shiva-minded political party. No representative within the borders of Liberia ever got the percentage that I received during the just elections.
What was your percentage?
No, do go there and you set the record straight. You have a journalist, you should be investigative journalist. I am telling you, I am constrained, even though the gentleman
but even though we will go there, but you can just say it.
67%, more than 67%, and nobody, absolutely no representative ever in the history of Liberia in any political activities have gotten such a number. I mean, percentage. Go there and find out. So I just want to set the record straight that Musa is a property of Nimba. He has gone beyond that. Musa is doing businesses. Musa is affecting and impacting the lives. I challenge any representative, any leader in the Unity Party government that wants to talk about credibility. Do not attack Musa Hassanability, because we'll come after you from the Senate to the House of Representatives and the Executive Mansion. We know individuals who are tinted, who are completely dark in terms of character. Thank you very much, Julia.
Thanks so kindly. When you are ready, you want to come on the show, you let me know.
I won't mind. Anytime I could do that.
Okay, thanks so kindly. Representative Marvin Court, let's go. 777-700-995, 555-995-995. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I listened to the Honorable Major now. He's saying about other people that they corrupt, so he's now corrupt, other people that corrupt, and Musa Blake is the third person now when it comes to the. But now he also was accused in our house by a very another representative. How he put in budget for hospital that was never visible. Then he joined CMC. He said that the number he won from Bon County, we in Bon County are the one going to vote for him for where he go. Let us start doing this thing to eradicate people.
Okay.
But now I was told this time around. Let me say, you don't go so. Then you go that way and they accuse him. Then you start accusing other people. I think that will run the political incoming political campaign very smoothly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks so kindly. Let's see. Patton says the vice president filled out a UP membership form on the day he was announced as running mate. Okay. That's good. Good afternoon, Julius. Zach Bimbo says some young people of our country, Nimba, are the ones creating the power struggle in our county. With these level of praises, my hometown, Ningbe, is still without a clinic, even though it's in the vice president's former district. Let the elders of our county try to probe in the matter. Okay. Let's see who's on this end. Welcome. Let's hear you. Hello. Oh, that phone went off again. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Julius?
Yes?
This is Dab Plateau.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I take interest in the statement of your guest on the matter of Musa ability being compared to the Kennedy Sandy, the millionaire Van Shemon, millionaire Cassell. There is something he's lacking. The rootedness of representativeness of Mr. Musa ability is not compared to these people. His on the ground traditional and local alignment and attachment, and the rank and file through the Liberian political structure that he has passed through is not compared to these people. Musa know a lot of people. His ability is attached very well. Not like these people who came and the only thing they were focused on presidency, after presidency, they came. And then finally, I want to say to him, pursuant to the principle of non-contradiction, and the excluded middle in political science, it says you must have an identity. You black, you black. You white, you white. You can't be the mixture of the two and be gray.
That's the excluded middle. For him to not answer your question, or where does who is the political leader? He's dangling about it. That's not being sincere to the listening public. That is not fine. If the vice president belongs to the Unity Party, the vice president belongs to the Unity Party. The political leader of the MDRO must be stated and must be clear.
Okay.
When you treat conversation like that, you draw respect from the listening audience to you. It does not stop you from winning 2029 if you are to win. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. So kind of like Keduku says, Josh Sylvester Mobile of the MPP got 87% of the votes in District 3 in 2011. Senator Snow got 85% of the votes as represented in 2017. Representative Cole should check his numbers again. Yeah, he was talking about percentage, and these percentages, that's why I wanted him to say it. Tomorrow we'll come by here and tell you what it is that we're able to find out. Welcome, let's hear you. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Mm-hmm.
This is Emmanuel Barnes. I call you.
Assistant Minister Emmanuel Barnes, you got to say it so we can know.
My name is Emmanuel Barnes.
Go ahead, Assistant Minister Barnes. Helping your Assistant Minister brother.
Yeah, no, so basically I didn't call because of Kelvin being stood. I called for Representative Cole to say CMC is the third biggest political party. Then we don't know where he took his number or statistics from. Let's see this. Representative Musa Bete won with 8,000 plus votes. Of representative candidates who won, he didn't even win with the highest number of votes in Liberia. That year, Representative Samuel Enoch got 18,000 votes. Representative Yeke Koluba got 23,000 votes. Then the only election that CMC has ever participated in, they could not even obtain up to 5,000 votes the senatorial by-election when they fell Mark Lewin. So they said that the statistics came from those graphs that the former finance minister were drawing and not actual electoral statistics. Sometimes we should not overballoon our political stature. People should start rushing 2029. When 2029 reaches, we will know who be who.
Okay, thanks so kindly. Let's take more calls. Welcome. Let's hear you. What's her name?
Julius, this is Brian Tate from Monrovia.
Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, listen to Kevin, and let me thank him so much. I think Kevin and Olo were the one that campaigned for Senator Coker. But when he referred to Coker, he said he will concentrate on District 5, Wujao. I think Coker considered that district already. So why he continue to make reference to him and he's not making reference to the county? So he's not sure that Coker is one of the senators of Nimba.
Okay, thanks so kindly. Let's take a few more calls. Let's see who's on this end. Welcome. Let's hear you. Yes, go ahead.
My name is Otis Yasi. I'm calling from.
Your line is terrible. I'm struggling to hold you on. It's bad.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Are you getting clear now?
Yes, try. Go ahead.
I'm calling from Wangapong County.
Okay. Yeah, because you're calling from Banga, I want to hold you on, but it's just bad. Yeah, sorry. We wanted to try to hold you on, but it's not working. Welcome. Let's hear you overseas. Hello.
Good afternoon, Julius. Frank Gibson again, and I call from Paris.
Go ahead, Frank.
Julius, your studio guest, I think he's trying to play some games here. Senator Johnson said, Prince Johnson, what a man. Jeremiah Kuhn left the MDRO and he joined the Unity Party. And Julius, I want you to be checking on that for all the respect time. Because their lack of respecting time, they are gone as far as making the president. They are always shutting up on international.
No, we finished that. That one not part of our discussion. Platform. Thank you, Frank Gibson. That one. Let's see who's here. I hope you are, because I don't just take people on my personal line who are not part of the discussion. But let's see who's here.
This is Armstrong Goba Selepo, his official political advisor to Senator Koga.
Oh, The man said you're not even fit to be a political advisor. You have terrible image, allegedly, in Nimba County.
Well, again, you know, from the way the guy speaks, the public will decide as to who he is, because you know our country paying hostage with Senator Johnson for a long period of time, and so many young people who were not prepared, unprepared young people went behind Senator Johnson and they were seeking opportunity. So at the end of the day, they found a space in the MDR, which they are gluing to. They don't want to have the party open. But I want to make a few corrections here. As of Friday, Senator Koga, the demand we give for 1 more end this coming Friday, and beyond that, I can assure you that Senator Koga and the Vice President will not work together again politically. As of Friday, this coming Friday. Secondly, I want to make it clear that Senator Koga and his camp will be going to the National Election Commission to seek clarity in a redress, to prepare for taking on the MDR to the primary, to convention, to ensure that the MDR have the proper leadership. Senator Koga, as a relative to Senator Johnson, he would never live to see his brother dream die. That is a clear issue. We should go to the legal issue. The Vice President cannot be a chameleon, one the MDR, one the Unity Party. That will not work while Koga is alive. I also want to make this clear that the PYJ Foundation conversation have been going with Senator Koga and the PYJ children, and they are setting a pace to make sure that they can have a peaceful transition, that the PYJ Education Foundation can be able to move on smoothly. All of these family burden and issues are on Senator Koga, and based on that, he has been working tirelessly to ensure that every other thing that will make sure the PYJ legacy is kept can be put into place. So as for the gentleman in studio, I do not want to talk about my character or his character. The fact of the matter is that we are prepared to ensure that Koga be independent, and as an independent person, that you have his own political will. You will not be like Senator, I got the Vice President who is in a double standard issues with almost everything from birth up to now. Senator Koga won't be there. He's a straightforward man. He is not in competition with the Vice President. He doesn't hate the Vice President, but this is a personal matter issue that has to do with Koga being a political leader of MDR, and also being able to lead his brother legacy to ensure that we can have a country with unity.
Okay. Thanks. So kindly, let's go back to him now. He has 2 minutes to wrap up. Yeah.
So thank you very much. Let's go to Mervyn Cole. Mervyn Cole was just talking about all for Magay, Nathaniel Magay. Those are some of the leaders who can go for anything. When you get money in American service, so I don't want to waste my time on Mervyn Cole. They gone birthday. The last birthday in 2022 of Magay. That man carry whole people to Magay house in Bon County. He has celebration. He posted multiple images on his Facebook page.
But you yourself just
but
said
they gone
you used to be with Snow, then you went to PYJ.
But today,
why the men two can go places?
Listen, today I can call Snow and Snow can call me. They are colorful relationships.
Yeah, but the man can also call my girl, and then my girl call me.
That man can go for anything. I don't want to waste my time. And we go to Gobasilebo. I still maintain that a Sidekpo and Nimba can go for anything. He does not have that credibility in the young people and in the young people community. Then we talk about certain people, Julius. The gentleman called, he said, I'm talking about District 5, that Samuel Koka should just concentrate on District 5. The point I was making is that District 5 is a more remote district in Nimba. If you go District 5, you'll be very cheap. It's a more remote district in Nimba. Coming out of District 5, the people make you representative 3 times, and you now a senator. I would have thought that if I were a political advisor that go Silebo, I would advise the now senator. That district, that small district, they concentrate. They build some public school, technical school. Let the district metamorphosize into a more technical community. And you know, the last point here is certain people in Nimba, they never accepted Senator Johnson. They felt that Senator Johnson, the space he had, he was not the master degree holder. He was not a PhD holder. So they fought him until Senator Johnson died. When he died, they go back to the when the old man died, he said, African old man, he want to take media money. I said, you can't take far that out from the money. And King, I bought nearly came in for Senator Johnson.
That is an allegation.
For Senator Johnson, they buy the money. And, you know, He just came on him and he's a journalist. I said, you are not a journalist. I know. He's a young guy. Go watch the go.
Okay.
So he go for anything. So the point of my parting comment would be that the movement for democracy appreciate anybody. Those on my verse in Nimba, in Tapeta, in Yaremeston, across Nimba, we have come to say thank you. The movement for democracy and reconstruction is not the physical structure. It's in the minds and lips of anybody.
Oh, because they put your outside because you couldn't pay rent for your headquarters in
San Nicolas.
They put your outside now. You say
and the non-political leader Jeremiah Kun, he never hijacked the political leadership of the party from Senator Johnson. Senator Johnson was sacrificed. He was certified rather. He was earned. And before anybody hold our political leadership, it should be earned.
Okay.
You should pay that due.
Thanks so kindly, Calvin Matadi, the homeless MDR in San Nicolas, who are now trying to find another HQ. I don't know why these parties are suffering for HQ, but from CDC to UP in River G to MDR in Nimba County. Very interesting. My name is Julius J. Tomorrow will be another day. We should have ANC people here tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see who else will also be on the ship on tomorrow. We are out.